Well, how it do, how it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. We're getting back into Terraform today. Very excited. We'll just be arriving at the city of Cairn, the largest city in all of Whistling, where the party has received, on behalf of the Thorn family, on behalf of Lord Braylor, the now Ashfall Estates. Big ups to the party, and most importantly, Lady of the Ashfall Estates, Countess of the Crest. Very excited to unpack this as the party journeys forward. I'm Sir Feffers, the humble dungeon master of Longshot Table. It is my absolute honor to have these amazing creators with me today. If you guys would like to get caught up on our 3 soon to be 4 weekly streamed campaigns, you can head over to the YouTube called Longshot, where we're able to get some ad revenue over there. And do give that YouTube channel a subscribe, helps us out a ton. If you've been enjoying some of the short form that might have been showing up on your feed, make sure you go follow the Instagram. I've got a Patreon if you want to follow me, if you want to support me farther. And if you would like to join our community, we have a Discord, which is as chaotic as it is wholesome, and we have bingo.
Bingo!
I think that's it for me on my end. Let me throw it over to CritBard.
Oh, shit. Hi. My name is Omega Jones, also known as CritBard. CritBard across all social media channels. My pronouns are he and they. I'm a professional actor and vocalist turned tabletop designer, gamer, host, moderator, jack of all trades, master of like 3 of them, playing Kazarick, the Apothecary Alchemist, which is a class and subclass from Mage Empress. Not sponsored, just love them. Bombs, potions, experiments, more bombs. Literally making an Instagram post as we speak that you can get a little taste of. That you probably can't see. No, you can't see. It's Kazarick talking about bombs. But either way, excited to get to Cairn, to get to a new place, because new places mean new things to learn and do. And, you know, the castle manor vibe, but we'll see. That's Kazarick and me. I will pass it over to the lady herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I am the game master for Heinefall. You can check us out at heinefall.com. We have an event coming at the end of this month, and just going on sale, we have our Reverdy Ball, which is our summertime ball that we throw, full of fantasy and mystery and questing and dancing and partying galore. Check it out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be our Dark Fae that are hosting it, so it should be an absolute blast. I play Robin. She has come into the holdings of this estate. She has some ideas and plans for things that she wants to do, and she's excited to get back to a big city where she kind of feels a bit more solid ground than never-ending trees. I will pass it off to Shane.
Hi everyone, my name's Shane Whalley. It's nice to meet you. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Shane Whalley. I play Sticker at the College of the Road Barb, and he's having a great time knowing that the villain from the last fight couldn't hit him with a net. It was fantastic. And he's got snakes.
Oh yeah,
he's got snakes.
I forgot there were giant snakes.
Yes, they are giant snakes too. So they grew after the launch. How about that? And so they got their. So that's that.
Been feeding them this whole time.
Just body parts. This is your new.
After each fight, just what are you doing?
Right. Get your corpse. And yeah, that's basically it. He's excited to get to the house and start setting up a place. That'd be fun. Ben?
Hi, my name is Ben Brainard. I'm playing Zito Barbera, the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. He wants to end the war so we can go home. And the only way he knows how is by killing so many of the enemy that the enemy goes, oh, we should stop. That's the current plan. As for Ben in real life, I have a comedy special dropping in 5 days.
Let's go.
It's called What a Mature Child. It'll be on YouTube for free
Oh.
and you should check that out because I spent a very long time writing it and an even longer time editing it myself. Mistakes were made, but the special is not that. Anyway,
All right.
let's dragon.
Speaking of dragon, not the scaly, fearsome foe that you're familiar with. Zito is dragging the remains of this gang leader behind. The party is just cresting out of, just heading out. Shane did have an intro. Shane went. Did you go? Did you go, Shane? Okay. Sorry. Annie always looking out. Heckin' massive ass city, the city of Cairn. I don't know if Kazric has been here before. Okay.
I mean, if the Fune has ever come out this way, maybe.
No, they never would have gotten through this far west.
Nope. Does not give a flying. That's not true. Does not know a thing. Is what I'll say.
Then you are introduced to a new thing, and that is a city so large you can't easily walk all the way through it in a day. Big city.
Yeah, Kadric. Let's leave it to a roll, shall we? How cities go? Oh, that's a 9. Okay. Yeah, I think as we get closer to the city, not that he's scared, but Zito, you just notice that like if he's like walking in step with everybody, he just like slowly gets back and like gets a little behind, just a little bit. Like, oh, that's not a tall.
Zito wouldn't let you get that far behind.
You notice
Just a little bit behind you.
You notice Kazric starts lagging a little.
Mm-hmm. If I'm in the rear, I will just slow down
Okay.
to his pace.
You gotta slow down and kind of
Are
walk
you?
abreast.
Do you look like overwhelmed? Do you or are?
There's
is
a
it like
little bit of
dogs
an
on a
overwhelm.
walk?
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming more than anything. It's not scared. It's just like, this is a lot.
It's gonna be noisy
Okay.
in a bit.
Noise is fine. Goblins are. I don't prescribe
fair.
to stereotypes, but goblins are loud. So, yeah.
So are military people.
Yeah.
So are bombs.
So are bards.
What's tinnitus?
None
Sorry,
of
what
us
was
can
that?
hear in this party.
Moving forward.
Yeah, so if Zito like dropped, or if Kazakh dropped back, Zito would slow down to his pace and just kind of like, not fully looking down at him, just kind of like out of the side of the eye, just big, isn't it?
A little bit. Just a lot. Is this normal?
I feel like normal is subjective.
Mm. How long will we be here?
Hopefully, not very long.
Okay. The trees are better.
Massive.
Trees are better.
Massive walls, quite high, cresting along your sight as you enter this kind of open plain with the city itself to the north of you. You can see a couple of towers and stuff like that. You can see the coast to your left, westward into the east. You see a massive fortification where you know a standing army is posted up. Cairn. Well, let's get perception checks as the party kind of crests over through that field, and makes their way towards the gate. You can see a couple of other people, some coming from the east, kind of also heading for this gate. It's not the only gate to the city, just the one closest to you guys. You can see a few other travelers just kind of watching you guys drag this one guy behind him, behind Zito. But one look at Zito, most people just back to the floor, looking back at the floor.
Where
14.
is there like a jailhouse or something that I would know of?
That would be.
'Cause if not, I'd probably just drag this guy to the fort that's over there.
The fort. I would say typical act. If you're looking for the what you. Sorry. The nobility have their own jails within the city. The military, you could take that route. It hadn't occurred to me, honestly, but you absolutely could take that route. And instead of going to the city, you could bank east and go approach the fortification, the keep. I hadn't considered that, but I'm certainly down.
Is it wildly out of the way?
No, it's like right there. It's attached to the walls. It's just outside the city, technically.
Okay, then yeah, I know everyone's very excited to get to their new beds, or I don't know. Whatever, but unless you want this weird guy and everyone who likes him to know where you live and want to find you, we need to make a pit stop by the keep.
Okay.
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 Just for more understanding, why did we fight these people?
They were. Oh, sorry. I'll let someone else.
Yeah. So we were walking, we were heading to Cairn and saw some smoke, found there was an inn kind of on the side of the road that had been burned down, dead bodies scattered all over the place. And we found just like a contingent of dudes with weapons and guns. And then we killed most of them, except for the leader, who I specifically kept alive so that he could watch all of the people that he liked die. and then we tied him up. Well, he turned into an Uzi thing. So Robin convinced him that he was our friend, and then I was like, we should just put him in a duffel bag because he's Uzi. And he can't ooze out of a duffel bag. But they were like, you shouldn't put him in a duffel bag. And I was like, okay, well, if you figure it out, then I won't put him in a duffel. And they figured it out. So now I'm just dragging him behind us all the way. He needs to answer for his crimes, which was murder. And then also apparently he's part of a gang that's in this city, but it's like a third gang that people don't know about. And Zito's not really, he doesn't care so much about the fact that it's a gang. He's like, well, okay, you're a bad guy. Bet.
I kill people with goats.
This is true.
Robin killed people with guns.
Okay. I had one more question. Did this individual, as you hurt him in some capacity, spill any blood?
Yes.
Yeah.
You already know what I'm going to ask.
Make a medicine check.
Thank you.
I have the potion of ooze.
That's true.
And I was 100% going to give it to Kazric. So Kazric, if
I was
you
gonna
want,
say, wasn't there
potion of
something
ooze.
that somebody picked up specifically for Kazric?
Yeah.
Ocean of ooze?
Yes, and it says on the potion of ooze,
Don't drink it.
yeah, pretty
And
much.
this is being quite serious. Quite serious.
It says it has news inside. Trusted members may drink of it and gain abilities, but be warned: if you die, the ooze consumes you.
hey, love that. Can you send me that text so I can put it in
Yeah.
notes?
No, question for that. Do you also lose your soul? I can't remember.
You don't know. I
We
will
don't
send
know.
you the
This is
magic
all
item.
that it said.
Okay, great. Okay, so it would seem. Sorry, just so I understand. Clues means this leader probably drank a potion like that, which is why he has the ability to turn to an ooze. Great.
Yes.
Now he has turned into an ooze.
No. The party
No, because
didn't
we
kill him.
didn't kill him.
They
Let me rephrase
pointedly
that.
like pulled their
Sorry,
punch,
sorry.
so
Oozy.
he didn't
Sorry,
have the full transformation.
But he did do the ability.
Yeah, what I mean is he has ooze potential
Yes.
Yes.
within him. Great.
Yes.
Yeah, analyzing his blood, absolutely. That's a 21.
If
Okay.
this may be just maybe a technical purpose for this item, it says drink it, but if you were to touch it, will it activate as well? Or is it only drinking? I don't know how to identify it. I don't want to touch the ooze to identify it.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay, great. Great. Sorry, just thinking. Is me identifying or kind of understand the blood ooze component? Would that be? I guess it's not really an alchemical Not. Never mind. I'm asking a question that I know the answer to.
Okay.
Yeah, still 21.
Okay. You were able to, while maintaining the friendship, the charm on this individual, you're able to casually draw a little blood, and do so without ruining the charm with such a high medicine roll. And you now have this kind of darker blood than you would think. And its viscosity is different. You can't really put your finger on it.
Okay.
Robin also
Hypercoagulability.
Robin also shows the stone jar that kind of moves and wiggles on its own as if something alive is within.
Okay,
There you
great.
go.
We'll be
For you.
experimenting with this later. Thank you. This is fun. And honestly, I think getting the jar, the ooze thing, probably helps calm him, like give him a focal point, versus all the stuff that's happening around. So he's just gonna just be staring at it as they walk, and sometimes you'll see him like start to veer off, and then you'll see Reggie like turn his head back towards. Oh, yeah. Reggie's kind of driving him right now.
It's
Who needs ratatouille?
Yeah,
when
it's
you have
giving
Reggie?
ratatouille.
Yeah.
Okay, so skirting along the side of the, kind of walking along the walls, I got a perception check from Robin, Sika, and Zito.
Oh, mine was
Oh, bad. Okay.
ooze.
Robin.
Ooze. See nothing else. Only ooze.
Go! New slime toy.
Give him his fidget toy.
yeah.
Oh, literally, ooze is my fucking free space. That's funny.
If you guys are interested in the bingo, you can head over to the
Bingo!
Discord.
Bingo. Oh yeah.
Moving along the side of this wall of the city, you're very familiar with Robin.
Yeah.
With a 14, you can tell that things inside the general.
Wait. Can I try to connect to like the investiture of the town?
You may.
See if I can like feel footsteps or doors open and close or whatever vibe whatever vibe I can feel from the town, from the earth, and the couple of things that seem like they're, modern, but they're still.
Make an
Like
Arcana or a religious check.
Oh, I am not good at either of those. Okay. I can't do guidance because he's 12.
12. Okay. Delving into your mind, you sense the life of the city.
Oh.
Many footsteps on many cobblestones. There's no riots, there's no mass unrest You don't sense an army moving through the city. With a 14, that's the most I'll say for now. And with a 23 from Sika, you do note Sika very high up in the cloudless sky. What most would think to be a hawk is a dragon. Very high up there. Circling around, keeping tabs on things.
Can I tell what color it is?
With a 23, blue.
Why? There's a, under his breath to the people who are nearby, there's a blue dragon up in the sky. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best.
No, you're totally fine. The charmed dude who's being kind of pulled along and dragged behind goes, whoa.
Right? It's cool.
Is that
right?
particularly abnormal?
No. Well, no. It is a tough spot. It would have been hard to spot, but you do know that House Thorn is the primary family of Whistling. House Thorn runs this city. They got dragons. So there are usually anywhere from 2 to 8 dragons in the city of Cairn at any given time.
We're in Cairn. There's gonna be dragons outside.
There's gonna be dragons outside. Moving through the open gates of the keep, you step into this big sandy area. You can see various soldiers doing push-ups in the side and doing drills and moving about. You can see a couple stories of various offices and the like, barracks. A lot of people working on weapons. You can hear the industrial district on the other side of the wall in Cairn, producing weapons and refining armaments and the like. And there's a lot of through traffic through this part of the wall into the keep. One of the guards kind of steps up, looks the party up and down, and goes, "Right, can I help you? What are you all doing in here?"
We have this guy. What? Zito turns. What gang are you with again?
Trying to remember what he sounded like. I think he talked like this. They've been calling us the Froth.
All right, sure. Anyway, this guy's with the Froth. He and his band of miscreants were killing people at an inn somewhere between here.
People start picking themselves up from their push-ups. Was this the smoke over in Farron's Pass?
Yes.
Yeah, he caused that. We finished it.
Very high insight check. Good. Stand here for a second. He's gonna walk up. You hear him go up some stairs, lean his head through a doorway and go, "Boss, we've got something about Farron's Rest over here. We've got some people that took care of it." Yes, thank you.
He would probably... The reason I've been wearing this is called a boonie hat.
Okay.
He would probably recognize a boonie hat, even if I wasn't wearing the rest of my uniform and I didn't have rank on. The military is very strict about headgear, and if you're out deployed, especially jungle, you're wearing a boonie hat, and that would be the first thing to make him go, "Oh, this guy might be military."
Okay. The one who you spoke to does not care. But the officer that steps out from that first story and looks down at you guys from the railing goes, she's well-to-do, hair slicked straight back into a tight bun, straight backed. Think of the military captain from Treasure Planet. Just very good posture. She steps out and leans on the railing and goes, well, I quite liked Farron's Rest. The people there had always been good to us. I see you left one alive. I imagine that was no easy feat. She comes down the stairs.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
She's gonna
I
look.
don't know how to kick nuts.
She's gonna look you up and down. And goes, at ease, soldier. She's gonna turn and look to the rest and goes, you have done us all a great favor. We have been unable to get many answers about this third gang. So you should be compensated, yes?
Compensation sounds wonderful.
And Sika, were you gonna say something?
I don't remember.
Okay. She whistles and this kid like oh, there I am. She whistles and this kid like scampers up and she goes, fetch me a purse. Kid scampers away. Thank you, friends. You have done us all a great service. Did you get a name out of this one?
Ias is the boss.
Ias. Okay.
believe.
He's also under some sort of magic shit. So if you want to ask him questions, he's gonna be a good lad for at least another 30 minutes.
I'm gonna be a good lad for at least 30 minutes. Right. Well, let's get him interrogated then. She's gonna lean back, and you can see a couple of other soldiers who have been watching kind of take up and start collecting him. Why is he goopy? Why can't
Genuinely.
I get? Why is he? Ew.
You have no idea how much harder it was for us to figure out how to get him here than it was to actually get him to stop. Like, way easier to knock him out than to tie him up. I said we should put him in a duffel bag, but apparently...
Yeah, I should have put him in a duffel bag.
Okay, we've been having this conversation the entire walk.
They all go, whoa.
Talking about it for 4 hours.
You watch as this gang leader is walked to the side and after a couple of questions is put up against a firing squad.
Actually, looking up from the ooze that he's been. Do you know how to do that?
If you kill
Stand
him, he
down.
for some reason turns into like a big ooze.
Yeah.
It'll be very unpretty.
This explains why we haven't been able to catch any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you'll get assimilated, and then you'll probably become an ooze too. Then I'll have to study you. You probably don't want that too.
Fetch the Gorgon.
Wait, what?
Oh,
The what?
oh, you got one of those in here.
She
What is
Wow.
that?
She kind of looks and kind of hides a smile behind all the professionalism. And soon a individual with snake-like dreads or dread-like snakes up in kind of a loose top knot steps out, got a smock on and leather gloves and kind of steps out. Yes, ma'am. This one needs to be rubble. We do not abide by the actions of this gang. We have standing orders to take them all down. This is the first step. Thank you. And you watch the Gorgon go, Of course, ma'am. As he's going to kind of walk his way over to this dude and kind of look at him for a minute. And the guy just kind of goes, cool. And then petrifies.
Can I have his pinky?
I was gonna say he needs a pinky.
What? But no, hold on. Sorry, that sounds so inhumane.
Breaks it
but
off.
Oh.
Tosses it to you.
I was wondering if someone was an ooze and you take them apart, if they would all things happen. So this answers my questions perfectly.
Petrified ooze finger.
How much can you break off him before it turns into ooze?
I don't think he will turn into an ooze. I think we're gonna break him down and scatter him in the ocean.
Okay.
Let him become sand.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or, hear me out. We put his head on a pike and stick it out front to make the rest of the gang go, oh. Uh-oh.
We don't put heads on pikes in Cairn.
Yeah, we put pikes on pikes.
We are not
Okay,
with the
out.
old regime of the Mage Breakers. Mage Breaker.
Yes, ma'am.
And you go, yes, ma'am. As this one guy comes up with a claymore and just sweeps the petrified statue and breaks apart. I start sweeping him up.
Now, is he? I would love to do an investigation check because I'm kind of curious of this for Kesrick. When he is petrified, I'm thinking of two different ways. Is he turned into a solid block, or does his internal organs just petrify?
It's kind of
And-
Narnia style, where he just becomes one piece of rock.
Okay, because I was wondering if we could get a petrified ooze heart. Would be really cool for Kesrick to play with.
It's not impossible if anyone has stone shape. With mold earth, you would require a medicine check.
Okay.
To kind of pry through, but we've actually done certain surgeries with petrification on Longshot.
Can I try getting a stone ooze heart for Kesrick?
Sure. So you go over to the rubble, make a oh gosh. Think about this because it's already kind of busted up. Make an investigation check to find the right chunk.
Could I assist?
Yeah.
By going over to it and just helping.
Kind of
Does that
eyeballing
give
it.
me? Does that give me advantage?
Advantage, yes.
Yeah. She's helping by also touching the pieces and being like, is there investiture? Is there investiture? She's like, I've learned a trick. I learned a trick.
And I get to mark someone mentions investiture.
Zito is standing back with one of the other guards that's there, and he's just like, every time something dies or falls apart, at least two of them just start poking around. One of them licks shit.
Hey now, actually, you're not wrong. And he goes back to.
The guard looks at you and holds up a locket of hair and a feather.
What the heck?
I killed a griffin once.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
Hands you the surprisingly sharp feather and the locket of hair.
Oh.
All by myself. No, it wasn't. I was there. You pissing yourself. No, I killed it. Listen, you killed it, but it was a group effort, okay?
Am I
killed a
allowed to
kraken.
use a bardic inspiration to help myself on this?
Yes. What were you saying, Zeta?
I killed a kraken.
And even the officer, she kind of raises an eyebrow. Hold, men. Get the boys out here. And some of the soldiers kind of come out, and she goes,
Ish.
My soldiers would love to hear this story, Magebreaker. And you see just
Well-
maybe 80 people hanging over the railings looking down at you guys.
I got 23.
Nice.
Nice.
So we're at the bridge, the city on the bridge, right? And there's a captain out there, Captain Taylor. You would never believe the stories of this man. We're out there trying to get through to the city of Pardon, but that's a story for a different day. And he says, well, if you help me out with something, I can help you out with something. There is some sort of creature that has been kidnapping and killing our people. I thought to myself, well, what a better opportunity than now to kill something evil and save the people of this city. And we waited until nightfall, right? Totally on purpose. We knew what was going to happen. And a couple of us stayed up late. We were pulling guard shifts. And slowly, a massive tentacle reaches through the window of this inn and grabs a body off the bed next to me. In a different bed, not next to me. We're not spooning. It's a separate bed.
There's a chuckle, and one guard goes, "Nope, I draw a line of tentacles. Nope."
I wake up in a sheer panic, and I look over, and I just grab the tentacle. But apparently, it had been grafted with like weird dark magics. And as soon as I touched it, it tried to paralyze me. But I laughed in the face. Well, not exactly the face of it. I laughed in the tentacle of it. I laughed at the idea of paralyzing me. That's going to be a lot more than that. And I thought to myself, what better way to kill a kraken than just bringing the kraken to me? So I pulled on the tentacle and I wrapped him up and I walked down the stairs of the inn, pulling him up onto the bridge and yanking it out into the middle of town. And then I punched it in the face with its own tentacle over and over and over and over until it blew
If you don't
up.
tell him to stop, he's not gonna stop.
It was
Roll
a
performance for me, Zito. As you enthrall the people around you. Well, maybe. Let's see how this roll goes.
My performance is a -1. I did just get inspo, so maybe. Hey, that's a 16.
Okay. It gets louder as people start being like, yeah, you pulled it up by his face, you punched him in the dick, didn't you? The krakens have tentacle dicks, you punched him in the dick. You know, just a bunch of just really just raucous support. And people are starting to like stomp their feet and like slam on the railings and cheer for this party, until eventually you hear one person goes, that's the heroes of the bridge.
Oh yeah, that's what people were calling.
That's the heroes of the bridge. And you find yourselves in warm welcome, and even to the point where a little bit of time goes past before you realize you're all standing in kind of the mess hall, and people are kind of pestering you guys for more stories. And Zito, you get the vibe that this army doesn't want to be here. They want to be out on the front line. They want to be active, but they have to defend the biggest city of the Whistling Kingdoms. Obviously, especially with a surprise attack coming from the other side of the map on the island city of Pardon. So they're all a little chomping at the bit. So your stories are quite welcomed. And I think it's safe to say that you guys will have to actively remove yourselves from this place because they will keep pestering you guys for stories.
Robin definitely wants to like saddle up to the lady that was all like cool and important and offering payment and stuff. And she's gonna like saddle up during the war stories and be like, my hellhound rescued Captain Taylor, actually, and all of that. It was pretty great.
That's quite impressive. She's going to reach back and pull out a coin purse.
Actually, I have another proposition for you.
Oh?
I just recently came into some holdings of an estate. And I'm looking for backers, funders for a part of the charity that I'm planning to run out a part of my section. So if instead of giving me a reward for this, which I appreciate, what if I offer you being one of the first investors in the charity?
When's the charity?
Well, it's a house. So it is a place to help rehome people that are, affected by the war going on, or the children of the streets and things like that have had a really rough time here. We'll go around, and a lot of these estates get rid of a lot of things, so reselling them and using that money to help those less fortunate in these hardship times. But obviously, I'm gonna need a couple of starter backers to get news of it around town in order to make it do what I want it to do.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. 23.
23. She sits back. The city would do well to have its nobility looking after its common folk. I'll turn the music down a little.
One of the things in real life that an officer could do in a situation like this
Okay.
is volunteer
Yeah,
some
I
of
got
her
you.
soldiers to participate in like any parts of it.
She, with, you said 23 on the persuasion?
Yeah.
She goes, I imagine these are the estates up on the crest.
Yes, they are. The old Lord Marin estates.
Tell you what. Once you're situated and in position and ready, send for me. Until then, you might have a bit of a task ahead of you and not realize it. Ostifer! A leaner man, very scarred and hairless, with a tricorn that's kind of tightly situated down, tightly clamped down on his head, walks over. Yes, ma'am. They're finally giving out positions to the estates on the crest. You are going to help this lovely lady in clearing out her estates.
Really quickly, I'm so sorry. Two things. What is her name and what is his name?
She's not given her name. His name is
not yet.
Ostifer.
Ostifer, thank you.
Her
And
last name would be on her uniform.
If she has a uniform.
She does have a uniform. I don't know if she'd have her name on it.
If it's a,
No,
I
if
mean,
we can afford
real
that
world.
many names on that many suits.
Yeah, real world last name would just be on the uniform, but if you're in war, then your rank would not be displayed, so the enemy wouldn't.
How do you spell Ostifer?
Ostifer. Ostifer.
I got
Dang
it
it.
right.
I did PH. Dang it.
I did AU
I mean, it's
he
at
fair.
the beginning.
So is this Ostifer the officer? Is this what I'm hearing
No.
right now?
No, Ostifer is the person that she just called up to be like, you're gonna help
Yeah.
her clear her the estates. Rob's gonna be like, that's really kind of you. Thank you very much. You say I can send for you, but unfortunately I don't know your name yet. So how
Officer Leoton.
Officer Leoton.
She goes to shake your hand.
She nervously is like, oh yeah, I have to do this now. And she's like, Lady of the Ashfall Estate, Countess of the Crest.
Takes your hand.
She's like trying to say it with confidence.
Very proud of you. Well done. Coming up in the world. I take it you are from Cairn?
Yes, yep.
Excellent. Well, you should know that those estates have been left not to rot, but it's been unpoliced. There's when House Fold fell, many didn't want to go, and so many of those estates had to be evacuated by force. It got bloody here and there. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some lasting malevolence.
Like the spirit?
Maybe. I would keep your guard up.
That's okay. We'll blow them up.
Would you say that there's any criminal activity that's in the area, or have they all left?
I don't think crime is what you'll need to worry about there, more than any monsters or things of the sewer moving in while no one's looking.
Okay.
I see.
So we get to clear out the keep. Now, does that mean the whole crest is like that? Because that would be a lot of things that we have to take care of.
I don't go up there, I wouldn't know.
But if
I'm
there
planning
is,
for the worst.
there's a blast radius, so, you know.
Please don't start an avalanche in the city of Cairn.
No,
Last thing
no,
we
I
need
can
is
make
the
it.
crest falling into the hole.
So, a question for you then. Since you don't go up there too often, if we're going up there to try and adjust the estate for Robin. Sorry, the pain medicine is actually kicking in. I apologize.
Hey, no pain.
If we go, or since we're up there to establish the estate, if we were to, for some reason, be capable of clearing out everything, would that give you guys more reason to go up there?
Yes, as I was telling your friend here, Lady Ashfall, who is coordinating a few things. Once it's safe up there and things are in proper order,
Right.
I am more than happy to come on by and talk about funds.
I do apologize if I made you repeat yourself. I'm really trying to find a heart, but like I wanted to admit, yeah.
Oh yeah, so sorry, with that check you made, who made that check?
I made the check of 23.
You find the chunk of rock that has the heart in it.
Okay. Cool.
So you see like a bit of rounded stone that's like was a rib. You see an under patch that was probably like the lung, you know, and you know the heart's probably in there somewhere.
Okay. Cool. I found a piece. I guess I need to try and get the heart out now. Right? Okay.
In casual, I could, you know, that's, you know, I can do that.
I can mold stone.
Oh. Okay.
So hopefully if I do it, I can remove the unnecessary pieces. And
Nothing's ever unnecessary.
well, I can remove the pieces away from the heart and give you both. How about that?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
That's what I would like to try and do.
Zito, you have inspiration, as you are amongst your, I was gonna say comrades. Is comrades a good term? Comrades? Okay.
Yeah. My brothers in arms.
Yeah, your brothers and sisters.
My
in
battle
arms.
buddies.
Your battle buddies. I like battle buddies. People are like digging into their like ration cards to buy you a drink, to buy the party just a bit more time because they're clearly just going nuts. And you can tell by how clean this place is. They've been forced to just like clean it egregiously over and over and over and over.
That tracks.
But you guys are able to enter the city of Cairn from here, through the keep and into the industrial area of the city. After about an hour or so, Officer Leoton kind of goes, "All right, everyone needs to go back to what they were doing. You've had your fun." Looks to Robin. You're going places. I can see it.
Aw, thanks.
Hi.
It just means our state.
She's going to hand you a calling card, Robin.
Yay!
It's made of stone.
If you have Robin has crushing on your on your bingo card.
I
Unnecessary
actually do.
flirting.
during the time that Sika was gathering the heart, and Robin is talking to the lady, and telling tales, and everybody's getting all excited, and these individuals, random soldiers and knights and whatever, are eating and cheering. Each time they finish their food, or whatever's left, if there's any scraps, you see Kazric takes it. Just kind of gets walked by, short stuff, just like puts his hand and takes. Does it a bunch of times. But he takes that, as well as some other things, of course. Like there's cheesecloth or whatever. He's like siphoning things or whatever. But the food of the soldiers, you could also say it's the food of the brave, and would be a perfect component for a potion of heroism, which he makes.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Whoa.
I love the philosophic angle coming into play. That's it's very alchemy.
That's exactly what it is. Shifting one matter or thing into another. And he does make that, because it only takes 10 minutes to do. He might make 2 of them. Yeah, he make 2 of them.
Okay.
I
while
like
you're sitting
to
there,
imagine
go ahead.
it's an MRE vanilla milkshake, which is just a plastic bag with just some powder, and you fill water to a line, and then you shake it, and then it turns into a vanilla milkshake, and
Is it cold?
it tastes. Yeah. It's cold. It tastes like a vanilla milkshake. It's a great time.
Cool.
It might only taste like a vanilla milkshake if you're like 100 miles away from the nearest vanilla milkshake, but it's good.
We actually I'll tell that on break. Kazric, while you're doing that, this shaved, hairless tabaxi kind of like moves into the mess hall, kind of slinks over to you and kind of sits across from the table.
Yeah, while he's making the potion, he's just like literally stringing out whatever type of like meat substance this was, and then also definitely whatever MRE, like that milkshake vibe, whatever. Gotta be sweet. And just like
kind of slides into the seat across from you. I hear you are detonist, yes?
what?
You are detonist. Big boom.
I'm not a dentist. Oh, detonate. Okay, got it.
You know the potential. You know the potential of the detonations. No one here seems to fully understand the science of it, but I will show them.
Are you a dentist yourself?
Fledgling.
Oh. It's pretty easy. You just need something that's combustible, and then other things, and then you add other properties to said thing. So when it combusts, it creates a different element or effect.
Yes, this is good. This is how we should all be speaking. Yes, this is how we should all be doing these things. I, unfortunately, am only given black powder to work with. So if ever you have any additional reagents or components that tend to go boom when mixed together, I would be most happy to take some of that out with your hands. I have some funds given to me for my detonations, but please, by all means, please include instructions.
The blankest stare at this individual. I mean, sure.
Excellent. He's gonna reach out and try to take your hand.
I think it's very tentative, but he's.
I am Orenzo. Orenzo, like Lorenzo, but not.
But
I am
not.
Orenzo.
Orenzo. Okay, thank you. Okay, great. Overwhelmed immediately. But just okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, you can kind of put anything in a bomb, and it kind of goes boom. But if you put certain things like, and he pulls out. Speaking of a kraken, he pulls out one of the kraken's tentacles, or a piece of it. That he has.
Collective ooh ah.
Yeah, it's like changing color apparently. And he's like, yeah, you just gotta break it down in a way. That's why I use Reggie for.
So you are able to go to these amazing places, yes? You're able to go and find these strange things and have the knowing.
Yeah, I
I don't have
travel
the
with them.
knowing or the places. I am stuck here.
Oh, I'm sorry. That feels wrong.
I agree. But here you are, Gisbet.
Why can't you can just leave if you want?
Oh, no, I am positioned here. I am stationed.
Oh, are you a soldier like Zito?
Indeed, I am the detonist. I
Okay.
come into play for sieges
Oh,
and sometimes tunneling. The tunnels are never good.
tunnels are great. It's easy to get around. You can just blow chunks out of the.
Until there's a cave and then you run out of air, or these structures fall down around you, or you find another tunnel from the enemy, and then you are fighting to the death, and you cannot even stand.
This sounds like personal experience. But it's okay. You can just make a potion to breathe.
It's
And then you
hard
make a
to get the
potion
mud
to-
out of the fur. His eyes twitching a little. The officer, Leoton, comes over. All right, scram, leave him alone. He goes, of course. And just kind of does like a.
Patrick does not do well with skittish people. Just like,
Is he
okay.
bothering you? He tends to bother people.
I don't know. You just very excited about bombs, which it's just great. I like bombs. I like other things.
Bombs are good when aimed well and done correctly, she says with an eyebrow.
No, it's aimed well. You want to see? And he starts to put together
Not
one.
in here.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was no detonation. You just
Apologies.
you know.
A lot
You
of
can do many
eager-
things with one.
A lot of eager people willing to show off their skills around here. And,
No.
sometimes they don't think it all the way through. Just because we have healers does not mean we should be throwing ourselves from buildings, as it were.
To be fair, I'm also a healer, so when I blow myself up, I just heal myself.
Ah. Well-adjusted detonist. We love to see it. There's not many of you.
I'm more of an alchemist.
Ah, really?
I mean, bombs is just another form of alchemy, just more explosive.
Just rolled my history check. I seem to recall an alchemist. You know what? Never mind. And she's gonna give you a kind smile.
Is she just not saying the person, or?
Make an insight check.
No.
No?
No.
That's a 2 on the die. I'm so
Forget
excited.
I said anything, please.
Oh. Okay, I will. I'm just,
Best
making.
of luck with your estates.
It was Robin's estate. I'm from. We don't. Where I come from, we don't have all this, so I'm just here.
Where are you from?
The East. I'm part of the Fune tribe.
Ah, the Fune.
Mm-hmm. They don't really come out here though. Well, we didn't. Just really stick to the other side of the bridge.
You should know then that one of your kin is in the city.
Huh?
Yes, a goblin. Taking up residence. There was some stir about it about a week ago.
Where at? Tell me everything. You see his gaze almost darken a little bit.
Don't know much. Ran into some trouble. And managed to not be brought in. That's all I really know about that. Let's see if I can find out more. And she steps away.
You all would see Kazarek stare in the direction that you went, finish up his potions, and then go stand by the door.
Ooh. Alright. Well, if everybody wraps up. Bardic things. Bardman, quickly roll a performance for me as you are.
Bardman.
Bardman, this is a crowd. You would not be able to stop yourself from at least one performance.
Piano man. Chop chop.
At 25.
Yeah, there's a moment where you just stand up and stand on a table and pull out your instrument and just enthrall everybody.
Yay!
You're mostly given tobacco pouches. But you do get 11 silver.
Nice, more money.
Okay, let's grab our first break there. It's a little early, but don't stress. As the party gears up to head into the city proper. We'll be right back.
I can't do it.
And we're back. So, after a bit more camaraderie and well wishes from the military, which I didn't expect, but here we are.
That's all the military has.
Camaraderie and well wishes.
Well, that's all the military personnel have. The industrial complex as a whole is not something to be celebrated, but the people inside of it are just victims.
If you have talks about army shit, you can mark it off on your bingo cards a couple times over at this point. It's good shit. I've loved this.
I have a very
additional twist.
specific military thing that hasn't happened yet on mine.
So, with Ostifer coming along to aid, the party finds themselves. I mean, you can tell them to piss off if you want. You're more than welcome to.
No, is Ostifer? Is he an officer or is he enlisted?
He's. You
Is
can ask
he?
him.
Okay.
Or you take a gander at him. Make a insight or a perception check as you guys step into the industrial district.
I was gonna say, does his uniform say on or note on there anywhere?
Also, for my sake, because I think I've had a thought, but sometimes things happen and I go, hold up. So I know as a player, are we, 'cause I know that Zito is from a different pane. Are we also saying that in this pane, they follow the same militant structures? Because, a lot of fantastical shenanigans have like knights and Crown's Guard and all that stuff. Like, are we going that route or are we going like military route? Because sometimes it feels like I can't tell.
A lot of the stuff that I've been bringing up is strictly just stuff that is real world, and then Feff adapts it as he sees fit to this world.
It is heavily
For
adapted.
sure.
It is heavily adapted.
Any military thing would be for this pane, because Zito's not in the military back on his pane. He is just
a barbarian adventurer.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. I understand. I always thought that he came in with that military complex.
He came in to fuck shit up and then got structured.
Too.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's his thing, not necessarily this world.
He came in with the headset. He came in with the headspace of military.
He was definitely like raised by two barbarians who are like, this is how you act, this is what you do, this is how you respond to things. Like, he had the general vibes of discipline and like a very strict moral compass when it came to like it's a barbarian thing to be like, you signed that contract, you are going to finish that contract. It doesn't matter. Like, you signed up for this thing, you are going to do this thing. It's respect and honor and all that, and any of the specificities with which that respect and honor get pointed in, that's military for this paint.
If you guys are ever looking for an inspiration of where my headspace is at, take a gander at the Powder Mage saga, which is very bayonets and mass armies entrenched with artillery cannons like half a mile back, and cavalry charges with not sabers but like those like officer short swords, but then here put wizards behind them. And then in the south, where a whole other war is happening, a holy war, think of much smaller military encampments, almost like oversized adventurers, maybe 20 strong, but they're all like level 17 clerics or paladins, and they're just clashing with enemy forces down there, and
special
just
forces
laying out the horizon. just bad magic. Very, very large scale magic detriment happening in the south. Up here it's a lot more powder smoke, and kind of a lot of like shields, walls of forces are applied, a lot of specific, silences or area buffs for large soldiers. It becomes like Aragon. Sorry, I'll wrap this up. It becomes like Aragon warfare in that series, where it became, okay, there's 40 soldiers. Where's the wizard? Kill that wizard, then we can kill those soldiers. Kind of a headspace.
Okay. The main reason I asked is just so I have the context, but also Kazric was almost conscripted into the military, so I just want to make sure that I knew how to go forth if that came from Kazric. Cool, great, thank you.
Almost.
It did, almost happened. We threw a teleportation bomb and got out of there.
Yep. Second you had some alone time.
Like, this is not what I went by.
This is awful.
This is bad.
The heavy hammer and tong of the region kind of drowns out a lot of the noise as you move through this space. What's your insight or perception check that you got, Zito, on Ostifer here? We went on a whole tangent. You can make it again if you feel like deleted the roll.
No. I rolled it in real life. It's still just sitting here. I was just checking to see which one I had higher up. Oh, it's perception. Okay, 16.
16. This is a grunt. Likely they've come into some favor of some kind with Officer Leoton. And that favor probably came from some kind of good with knives and or shields and or swords of some kind. Good in a pinch, has proven themselves to a certain degree, but hasn't moved up any of the ranks, and so kind of is just in the inner circle of Officer Leoton.
Yeah, he's a high speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
High speed Ostifer.
Yeah. High speed is just a guy that like gets it.
Okay, I got you.
It's like, oh, somebody's using their critical thinking skills today. Okay, high speed, I see
Ben,
you.
is that a military lingo slang thing? I'm acting for a reason.
Yes.
Yes, Feff doesn't know about the military. Thank you. That's what I was waiting for.
Wasn't ready for this to turn around on me.
You had lingo, just not that Feff didn't know yet. He didn't know that one. Thank you.
That's true. This has been a really fun twist on the Terraform campaign, is bringing in this element of military, because I love what it's doing for the kind of present times in the world setting, being at war.
Yeah, I'd love to off stream go over some like actual rank names.
Sure.
Because I can give you the real
Get
ones.
some jargon and lingo going.
Yeah.
Jargon.
Yeah.
I'd say Leoton would be Commander Leoton. It's just generic. She's in charge of that installation. She's the
Commander
officer in
Leoton?
charge. Yeah, Commander Leoton.
What's a lieutenant? Is there a lieutenant? I know there's
so
lieutenant.
British.
Well, it's yeah.
We have first lieutenant, second lieutenant.
Okay. And where do they land in the rankings?
I mean, it's second lieutenant.
One's on the left and one's on the right.
We'll talk later. For now,
Second lieutenant is the kid that just got out of college and walked into this designation and went, "You guys have to listen to me now." And then all of the soldiers who have been there for a year go, "No."
I'll let you know. We'll talk after this. For now, we'll go with Captain Leoton.
Yeah, that works totally.
Captain Leoton. And I'll review later, and I'll also pull up the powder mage ones and compare against that, because that aesthetic is so good. It's mages who snort gunpowder and then can blow up other gunpowder with their minds, and you like curve bullets with their minds, set in the bayonet era, and so they're just murdering people. It's like sniper warfare. It's beautiful. Back to the campaign. What'd you get on your roll?
16 perception.
That's right. And you learned is a high speed Ossifer.
Yeah.
It is dumb loud in here. Everyone roll a D100 as we begin to navigate through the city.
Ooh.
62.
94.
24.
Okay, good. 68.
Okay.
So close.
It's very cramped in here. This part of the city is old, because the keep is old, and so a lot of the function of the buildings in this area have had to, by nature, stay the same and get more numerous. And so things are pretty packed in. Some of the second stories look like later additions, and you're having to move through this very busy street. This is a huge cog in the war machine. This is being the biggest city of the Whistling kingdoms. So it's very busy. Very busy, it's very packed. Robin.
Yeah.
Feel the need for any roguish pickpocketery?
This is my home turf, things like that. So definitely if I recognize a couple of my easy targets, a couple of my Richie Rich that were wandering around, you know.
Okay. This is a while it's a good opportune spot, it's also the most heavily like watched by comparison to some other places, because there's so many military people moving around here.
I don't know. I'm trying to rob them ethically now. So yeah, so I think with Ossifer being with us, probably not the person that I'm gonna steal in front of.
Okay. Then I'll say roll it having
I'd love to see if there's any new thieves camps on corners or specific messages of like
okay.
anything's
Let's
hidden
save
that
this.
have changed in the underground.
Despite it being very crowded, you learned that in this region, because where the city is older to younger city is going to be a bit of a mechanic here. A lot of the markings have moved upward, and can usually be found by the hanging signs, like by the base of the anchor that hangs the sign over the door, instead of being in the usual spots, which is like eye level or down by the floor. Couple of things have changed. You know that in this region, second story is more likely to be a safer place for criminal activity than lower.
Gotcha.
Sika, you are recognized.
Whoop.
This older lady comes up and goes and just has this interesting bard moment where someone comes up and goes, "You must be Sika. I saw you in this tavern." Is the you don't even remember the tavern. "About a decade ago, I cried my eyes out. You were beautiful. Please, it's so good to see you doing well." And she's gonna hand you a small bag, and she closes your hands on it. She goes, "Oh, I must go, but please continue. Your music is beautiful. You're the best. You're the salt of the earth. You're the only good thing in the world." Being dragged away by her husband.
Thank you, random citizen.
You open it up. It's got 22 gold in it.
Ooh, Sika has
Is it real money?
You can check.
How do I check that?
you can make an investigation or a medicine to see if investigation would be biting on it. Investigation would be like chipping away at it and looking real close.
Well, now.
Okay.
Huh?
That totally can help if you want.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna do a medicine as the higher of my roll. But yeah.
I never get.
Can I do it without her looking, so she doesn't think I'm like questioning?
Investigation?
No, I have a plus 15 to investigation.
Oh my god. Okay. Noted.
Oh, dude. Well, hey, how about this? Sure. Why don't I hand them to you, and you help me out with your investigations?
So-
Yeah.
So Kazir goes, "Are those real?" And Singer goes,
But like, I don't want the lady. I don't want the lady to. I want to do it after she leaves because I don't want her to look back and be like.
"Yeah, no, you're good. You're good."
That is hilarious.
Roll investigation. My dwabbling friend.
When I'm with him, can I give him advantage? I'm like, I'm there, like,
You can
I'm
help.
like,
You
yeah,
can
okay, okay. I'm helping him.
Thank you for erasing the nat one. Thank you for giving me a 19, so that makes it a 34.
34. These are this is real gold, an older vintage. It still has the Tyrant King Barst's face on it.
Oh,
wow.
Old money.
So,
Ooh.
how much?
Giving conservative money.
22.
That's real.
Wicked. We got some more money.
You see like a very, 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 very tiny dent where his sharp teeth.
How many gold make a platinum?
10.
100.
We do hundreds. In
Oh,
Longshot.
okay.
We go 100, 100, 100, and then we don't
You
talk
have
about
surpassed the
Electrum.
platinum levels.
Hey.
Wow.
No.
Okay. Who rolled super high? Was it Ben?
It was me.
It was
I got a
you?
94.
Oh, okay. Roll a
Oh.
con save.
Oh no. Oh no.
Also, you guys remember who has your heroic inspiration from a seep from me? I don't know who casted the ocean, but you still have it.
I don't know if I have it or not. Technically, I have been sitting on an investigation. It's inspiration, but this has been checked and has been unchecked. So I'm gonna use that now. For that 9, it's not much better. 14.
14. A small shaving of gold gets right up into your root of one of your canines, one of your chompers, and wedges itself there and grates up against that root from the inside, like in between the roots. It is up there.
The forbidden popcorn
You go,
kernel.
"It's real."
Oh gosh, yeah, it's literally the popcorn kernel you can't get.
Yep.
That is so effed up.
Thanks.
That is
You
a
rolled-
very
you
specific
rolled
pain.
really high.
That is a very specific pain. Oh my gosh.
Really high
yeah,
on the
he's-
100.
you all are going to see Kazik struggling for a while. You even see Reggie floating right next to his face, like, keeping mouth open and just like looking in and trying
to
to
do
grab. Yeah.
sandpaper, like air sandpaper surgery. Yeah, you can make a medicine check to with advantage from. Well, Reggie can make a medicine check with advantage from you.
Hey, he might be okay at this. Medicine is into right. No, he's not. Okay. Gosh. The dice are not my friend today. None of these dice have been correct for me. No.
No. Sucks. So the party continues onward. Ostifer kind of looking sideways at Zito every now and then, and eventually he goes, "So the mage breakers."
Yeah.
Weren't you the ones who was doing all the capturing of the elemental djinn and trying to do weird stuff with the wish spell and the weaves. Wasn't that you lot? Because nowadays, just trying to save my curiosity, nowadays, you guys are like the good guys. You guys are like the heroes going in and doing the real tricky missions, all swift-like. What happened? If you don't mind my asking.
Do you want the PR answer or my answer?
Nah, it's just us gals.
I popped in 3 years ago.
Right.
And as soon as I did, a massive tree shot up.
Oh, the massive tree story. Right. Mighty convenient that. Mighty convenient. He almost a little bit show that he's making light, but he doesn't believe you.
It killed everyone.
Yeah, they tended to do that. Yeah. There was maybe 11 big old trees. Which one were you, eh?
And then I've spent the last 3 years killing everything I came across.
Remind me not to step in front of you.
You've got a brain on you.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Use it.
He shuts up. Kind of chews on it, kind of nods, kind of nods. Doesn't push it further. Moving out of the industrial district, you get into more familiar territory, Robin.
Cool.
Big open cobblestone streets. Many of the stores are the same. You recognize a few faces. Mostly kids that are much taller than they were when you last saw them. And many you don't recognize. One or two of them kind of look at you with a recognition, but you're with people, like people, and that's terrifying. So they don't approach and are their usual very, very skittish, watching from the shadows in the alleyways or the rooftops. But two of them, they're together. One of them, a now much broader half orc, and a little E1T, a little snake boy. That's just kind of like peeking out. The half orc kind of watching a little more recklessly, but still skittish. The other one, sneaky boy, is just kind of looking around.
Any of the ones that are like super skittish and run off quickly, or I see like peeking out behind and stuff, I'm gonna do a signal on my back where I go from one shoulder to behind my neck, and then I do a thumbs down to a thumbs up, and then kind of just move that movement through. So it looks like I just did a little itch.
Doing like a little stretch.
But that pretty much, to anyone who knows it, of my closer friends, is like meet on the rooftops tonight.
Okay.
So pretty much like don't approach right now. I'll be at rendezvous point B,
Yeah. A couple of hours have to go by for us to traverse to the northeastern wall. The wall cuts off here and ends at this small jagged crescent mountain range.
Can I make another check to get this dang thing out of my tooth? If it's been hours.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Kazric goes feral for like an hour as you guys are walking along.
16 on a die is gonna be higher than that.
You pry that bloody gold shaving victoriously from your maw.
Keeping it. Bloody.
Keeping it.
Shaving. Just
Of
put it in a
old
vial.
money.
Old money.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Worn
an
and
art
shitty.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
you see him take out a piece of one of the mushrooms, some mushrooms that he has. Honestly, kind of picks up a lot and makes them whatever, but just starts chewing on a mushroom.
I'm sorry. Okay. Robin, for years, since the death of the Stormfather, it has been bright skies, blue and cloudless.
Okay.
It was seen as the favor of the Stormfather has left us. We gotta get rid of these healing crystals, nobility. That's why the Stormfather's mad at us, and then there was internal war for years.
Gotcha.
Not really sure where all that's at now. That's kind of been something that was going on for a while. It drizzles. It gets a little cloudy. And it's not until it's like it starts getting a little gray and a little darker, and your brain kind of has that mixed emotion of, like, your subconscious has that mixed emotion of like, feels like when I was younger. Why does it feel like when I was younger? What's changing? You know what I mean? And it's not until the first little raindrops start landing on you that you there's like this just kind of mild shock, and you look up and it's drizzling.
Weird. She's gonna, I don't know, she's probably just gonna hold her hand out for like some of the water and watch some of it on her hand. And is there anything that I can feel, like investiture wise, or
Make an Arcana or a survival check.
oh, survival for sure. Oh, that's a nat 20 for a 29.
Let's go. While you're walking, you kind of slow down for a second to kind of focus and get a sense of the city. Now, you've been a druid for a while, and when you were here last, you were very good at what you did because you had this kind of innate understanding of investiture that you didn't really have a name for. You know what I mean? Your mind wasn't structured in a druidic headspace. You were a kid trying to not, die of starvation on the street.
I just thought I was a fast reader of the Thieves' Cant.
Yeah. Now, with your, the philosophy of the druid, the structuring of that kind of headspace of how some of this magic works that you're able to apply, it feels like that which went dormant. It feels like if you had a scrunched up paper towel and then you started dripping water on it, and it slowly saturates and begins to detense. Feels like the land is dry soil getting water.
She kind of like files in the back of her mind a question that she might have, but she's gonna think on it. Mainly just Harmony got a second chance in someone else, so she's curious if the Stormfather is able to do something similar, and maybe that's why it's raining.
Regardless, there's a few people that kind of just like look up at the sky around you. A couple people making religious gestures. But not too much of a reaction. Soon you find your new home. You stand at the bottom of a winding staircase. You're on the cobbles. The picture we're about to put in the Discord is similar, but think of it on the side of a city. and a little more spread out room for gardens and walkways in between, sometimes on different levels of the rock, and you'll have these beautiful little steps to move up or down. But this winding stairway kind of goes up and crescents or switchbacks back and forth, up to a closed gate. Probably take you about 10 minutes to go up these stairs.
Is there gonna be a picture?
Yeah.
Yes. Picture.
Bop. Bop, bop. Ah, you beat me to it. Well done. You can see a small stone wall for the gate. And as you guys kind of walk up these steps, various bits of lichen clinging to the various stone walls, a few slippery steps here and there, long, worn, and rounded. You get to the top and the gate is closed. And you can see a heavy chain around the gate, harnessing it in place. Big fat lock.
Sicko walks up and with a flick of his wrist, the chain falls open.
You cast knock. And it goes.
Robin's like, you gotta teach me that one.
No,
We're
he
home.
The gate opens on rusty hinges, and you can see into a overgrown garden and a stone path walking to the main building.
You know how long I've been waiting to cast knock?
Yeah.
From the day one.
That's actually what he's been asking about all the doors for.
I'm hiding there, just like, I just want to use it. Let's go.
You look over. Finally.
Oh, yes, it's my time. Most of us like has the key. Oh, okay.
Robin definitely wants to keep her guard up as we're walking in there. I've got, 2 daggers out, my one of returning and my normal one just out ready for if anything jumps out that's not supposed to be here. They kind of got my guard up about the place.
There's a go ahead.
And I think Kazric would have. It's been hours, so let me just check one quick thing. At the very least, he would have given. This is her thing, and then Zito, of course. I don't think he'll make a new one, but he will. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see what reagent does. Yay, 5. He will give both Robin and Zito those potions that he made. Like, this is your house and you like to fight. And they said there might be stuff in here, so drink it. Like,
What potions are these?
Yeah, what is this? Robin says it as she takes it. What does it do?
I don't know. I think this might be gonna make you feel better. Make you excited.
I don't remember.
I made it while we're in the barracks or whatever with the soldiers. While everybody was doing everything else, he was like grabbing scraps and then making shit. We did the MRE talk.
Okay,
Yes.
What is the
Zeta would just drink it.
Robin
Kazric would not tell you a name because he doesn't know what to call it yet.
Sicko watches.
The first time he's made it here in this campaign, at least.
Robin will follow Zito's example.
Grab
intently
the flask or whatever, drink it, and then just hand it back to you blindly before pulling out his shield and rapier.
Sicko would be like watching to see if they turn invisible or not.
For Taylor, what is it?
Of course I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Is that vanilla milkshake?
It's probably a hint of jerky.
I haven't tasted that since IHOP. Back in my home pain.
Potion of heroism. For the next hour, you gain 10 temporary hit points. And they go away and to go away. But more importantly, you're under the effect of bless. No concentration needed.
Ooh, tasty.
Yes. So that's
With
attack rolls and saving throws.
she's gonna immediately like take the drink and she's gonna like cough a little bit as if like it's kind of stifled the little wildfire that she has. And she's gonna cast Pass Without Trace on all of us because she doesn't have to hold concentration on it. So we can all sneak through here in case they're bad guys.
Would it have been 8 hours since all this went on?
Since when?
The start of last episode.
Yeah, definitely.
And we haven't had a long rest?
Nope.
Okay.
We'll give you a short rest. You guys can mark
take
off
a
a
short
short. Yeah,
rest.
you guys can mark off a short rest from the barracks and the walk. This music is much too intense. Goodness gracious, I was going for ominous.
No, I was even about to fight.
Zito would notice the casting of Pass Without Trace and go, "If you'd like to hide in the shadows, you may. But I think it might be quicker just to announce our presence."
The high-speed Ossifer goes, "I like it," and he's gonna pull out this bar that covers his forearm, activate it in a tower shield. as he pulls out this nasty looking flail, like a multi-headed flail.
Zito, never underestimate the power of a good surprise attack.
Okay, I will get them to attack, and then you surprise.
I like
Okay.
Come with me, high speed.
She walks away from Zito and she's like, I'm gonna go around the back
Roll
so
stealth.
I can get them in the back.
Robin, you actively hide, roll stealth, as the two militants take the front door, sounds like.
36.
I'm gonna-
36?
I'm gonna have him stand. I'm gonna stand just out in the open in front of the front door, and go, "Okay, hold still." And I'm gonna take my great hammer and just beat it against his shield, just making a loud gong.
As this happens, Kazu just like looks at Sika. Who goes with who? The power of supports.
Well, I think they want to be loud and noisy, and this is no offense to it, but you go kaboom. You may sure go with them, and I'll go with the stealth one.
I can make it not go loud.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I really don't care though. I wasn't like a. Oh, we need to fight.
I'm in the same boat. They're doing things that I wouldn't want to do, but I want to make sure they're okay.
I'll go.
Hey,
with,
they're standing in the fire. That's my.
I'll go with them. You go with. Robin's already gone.
I'm alone.
Cito, Sika, you roll stealth and go off in the same direction that Robin went off in.
And I'm not going crazy far away. Like I'm keeping whatever the hooligans that are making loud noises are gonna do well within eyesight.
I'm doing this straight for bingo. I dropped my dice.
Right.
Ah.
Cheater.
No. I didn't like.
Mention it for bingo reasons.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got. It's plus 10 with Pass Without Trace.
Yep.
31.
Nice. Okay, silent as reflections. The two of you start weaving your way into these overgrown gardens.
Silent as a reflection is spicy.
Thank you. As you start, moving behind statues and under overgrown bushes and kind of slinking your way into empty, fountains and kind of peering around and keeping an eye out.
Just look at. Oh, sorry.
Okay. The cacophony goes on for a time. And then the doors open, seemingly of their own volition.
Oh, I would be yelling during that too. Not that it would change anything, but I would probably be yelling like, "Dinner, dinner's here. Come get your dinner. Water's rights don't apply to fists."
Starting at your feet and the Dwoblin's shins, this cold, it's not a wind, it's just this weightless drifting of very cold temperature just pours out along the floor of the open gate, pools down the stairs to be noticed by Kazric as well.
Well, all right.
I think you got the attention.
Peering into the room, you can see a dark, open space. You can see kind of...
Well, Zito can't see anything.
There's light. There's light coming in through the windows and shit. But you're right. It's mostly shadowy and swathed in mystery and ambiguity. You can see to your right, kind of some lounge chairs, kind of Roman style that you would, sit down long ways. Kind of a small table you can sit on the floor next to. A couple of pillars that go into an open balcony. Dead center, shadowed in darkness, it looks like a hallway, and on your right you can see a kind of bar kind of set up with a grand piano that looks rotted. Couple of statues past the piano. There's a second hallway. And then if you were to go right through the pillars onto the balcony, you could leap into the gardens on the other side of this building. Say again?
How does LT look? Ostifer.
Ostifer is doing what he's told. and keeping an eye on various angles, just keeping a lookout, mostly into the building, but also watching your six. You do note, what, because you're thinking of it, he does keep track of everyone's like foot placement as well. Not in a suspicious way, just it applies to his skill sets.
He would see Kazric again standing next to Zito, suddenly to go behind Zito, but more importantly then scurry up Zito.
You kind of
That's fair, I suppose. I was gonna say stack up, but you've got the up.
I'm literally stacked on you.
All right, watch our six, and I say that to LT and just walk in.
nods, follows in behind you.
Yeah, Reggie will be floating out of the pack and actively floating and being extra eyes for me as well.
Nice.
Scanning with Ostifer.
Okay. My stealthy party members move along the side, and you guys are able to see over that balcony and see the other party members. You can see a couple of other buildings as well through the brush and overgrowth, with one being somewhat larger. It looks like it might be like a mini, not coliseum like fighting, but like an open stage area, with that kind of coliseum seating. And a couple of other buildings, the closest one being a tower up some stairs. Looking into the building with them, you guys would notice this at the same time as the infiltrating party. Along the inside of the wall that you guys just passed through, going through the door, so behind you guys looking back, is various bloody silhouettes on the walls, as if multiple people were thrown up against this wall and brutally killed There's about 8 of them.
Oh my gosh.
The fall of a house has to happen quick. If you're going to take out an entire house name due to treachery and heinous acts with the mage breakers, you got to take them out quick. You got to seize their money and their assets all in one go. And with a high fantasy world that we've got, Lord Marn's probably the last of his line, sitting in that prison in the bridge.
Gotcha.
This was his house, which means some of those silhouettes are halflings.
Is the
Gotcha.
creeping cold still creeping?
Yes, and now that you're in here, it's kind of up to your chest, up to Kazrik's ears.
On Kazak's nothing.
Kazak's
I'm on
sitting on my
shoot.
shoulder.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. You're above it all.
Yeah.
You had to stoop a little to get under the door, but now that you're in here, it's kind of a high ceiling.
Oh no, he gets like crawl down a little bit and then game back up. It's very that.
Am I able to tell which direction it's emanating from?
Fills the area, but you may make a perception check as you move into the space and kind of feel out the area.
May I assist him, giving him advantage?
Yeah, you kind of hunker down and put your head next to his.
Literally, just like
like one of those shoulder turrets, but it's a grenade lobber.
That's a great help. 26.
Hell yeah.
literally, I have a +6 to perception, so that's kind of funny. Continue.
The hallway, the first hallway between the bar and the lounge area, has a couple of doors, but does have stairs at the end of the hallway going downward. That's likely where the cold is emanating from.
Have I seen have I seen Robin and Sika like maybe in the windows or anything? Okay.
No. They got 30s. They got 30 plus on their stealth. They are in the shrubs.
Well, then I will just act hoping that they can see me.
Okay.
Just it's coming from the basement. If only there was maybe a secret entrance to the basement somewhere, maybe outside, perhaps, to the basement.
Reggie goes to go find them.
Did Robin hear this?
Yeah.
Okay, great. She's just gonna look at Sika, who probably also heard it, and was like, Marin did say that there were some underground tunnels.
We can find them. I'm sure we can.
I think he gave me a couple of clues maybe of where they were. So
Where do you think we should go first?
I want to pull up any sort of like idea that Marin gave me of where they are or whatever, and I was gonna be like, he said that one of the entrances was by the side of the tower, like the east facing side.
Okay. So Sika's gonna like look around and see where that is.
Yeah, you can spot the tower.
Because you said we were right by the tower, right?
Mm-hmm,
Would it make sense for Robin's very specific subclass of being an urban druid that she would be able to more or less guess where hidden doors for underground shit?
And she's a rogue.
Would
so
be,
yeah, this is quite very much
It's
the
very
wheelhouse.
much like, yeah, I don't have any specific skill for like finding trapdoors, but I talked with Marin and he did tell me about where about the underground tunnels and stuff.
The two of you moving up to the tower and taking a look around with the intention that you have, both of you roll investigation.
19.
Okay.
Seven.
17 and 19. The tower, on a cursory glance, looking in, is empty. A couple of crates in the corner and a staircase going up to higher levels. On the outside, after walking around a little bit, you step on a trapdoor, moving the dirt and some of the shrub, having to uproot it a little bit and excavate the area. You find a trapdoor made of metal in the floor.
I go to try and open it.
I'm going to check for traps before he goes
I'm
to
not
try
going-
to open it. I was like,
Roll
Okay.
investigation
Check for
or
traps.
perception.
okay.
Can I help?
Yes.
That is a 23 and a 22.
Okay. You do find in the frame of the trapdoor, very finely and very ornate sigils and runes all along the border of this door. Likely an arcane trap of some kind.
Okay. Is there any way that I can see to like mess with the arcane, you know, break the line of the circle?
Yeah. You reach down and start chipping away at some of the filigree with your knife. Go ahead.
Before the damage is done, can I memorize the
Yes.
script?
The script.
I start going and Sickle's like, no.
Like I want to
Just-
first. I want to memorize the door for sure,
That, yeah.
and then I want to start memorizing the.
You may
trap
take
map.
some time to sit down and lay some, like, a scroll along one edge and start, like, copying over the filigree.
Yeah.
And then you're able to do that in pretty short order, but you'll be able to come back and look at it further as well and compare to what you've copied down
Okay.
versus what's
I just
there.
didn't want to. I just didn't want it to be like destroyed, and so.
I have to ask, was Kazric, was Reggie able to find those two?
No. No.
He's super pathetic.
We've got a 32 and another one that's over 30 on their stealth checks.
31.
31, yeah.
All right. Get huffing noises in Kazric's mind ear and Reggie.
I need my telepathic spells.
Two things. One, I'll say it 'cause it's not going to matter. But two things. One, I realized that Kazric could have been used as our party sending stone this entire time. At least to each other if we split up, because Kazric and Reggie can communicate. But two, if he was there, if it makes sense, obviously not going to met it. Reggie could have, especially if it was an arcane trap, could have triggered the trap. Because it technically would have targeted Reggie, and then Reggie could have used its reaction to condense that spell, whatever that spell is, and learn it. Because of the rod that's a magic item with it. Are you gonna die?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Good, dog?
Great.
Apologies.
That was great. Either way.
Chipping away at the frame. Are we opening? Are we taking a creek? Are we taking a look? Are we taking a...
Yeah, if that's the only trap that's on there, I'll try and open it up.
It's the only one you find, but you rolled really
Only
high.
one I find. So I'm confident in my
And I'm bracing
abilities.
for impact.
Smart. Opens it.
You get about an inch or so up before the chain lock kind of halts you,
Okay.
and you quickly start thinking about how you can reach in there and undo that,
Yeah, just
when two ghostly eyes
close.
What? There was something there. Why they were nice?
peeks. Are you nice?
You don't see him anymore.
I'm sorry.
I'm so
The
sorry.
It's your
cold
hat.
billows out. The cold billows out against your face. But it's like one of those like jump scares. Where it's just and it's gone, and you're like, ah.
Please come back. Please.
You hear, please.
A mimic. Nope. That's a separate thing. It's
That's
mimic
a different
us.
thing.
Ghost of a mimic. An echo.
Please what?
Absolutely not.
He's what?
Please.
It didn't repeat the whole thing.
Okay,
Oh.
apple.
Apple.
Y'all better shut up right now.
Sticker is going to aim his bright sparks inside the hole.
You gonna what?
Aim
What?
the bright sparks in
The
the
bright
hole.
spark. Sorry.
Oh, bright sparks.
My bad. You flourish some arcane, and small lights move down this trapdoor. You see the rope ladder. You can see a dirt floor below. Bit of a narrow passage.
How deep?
About 15 feet.
Okay. And the only thing between the two is a rope ladder?
Yeah.
So while the sparks are still going and I'm looking inside, can I see if there was like footprints inside of the dirt floor that got moved around?
You can head down and take a look around.
Okay.
And go ahead.
I'm gonna summon Darko. Yep.
You don't see any footprints. You don't see. It's dusty. If there are any footprints, they're very old. Zito and Kazric. One of the bottles by the bar freezes solid. And you hear the ice crackling. And you turn and look, and the new weight of the bottle starts to make it slide, and you watch as it...
I don't have anything to help with that.
Zito would not take his eyes off of the hallway to the basement.
Okay.
So it would have to be either Kazric or Ostifer telling me what's going on.
Oh yeah, Kazric's look. It's things typically don't just get really cold and like freeze and break. I think. Most likely, because Kazric's gonna stay with Zito, Reggie's going to float into that area.
Okay. Reggie returns, trumpeting a little, not being able to find the stealthy party members, but quickly putters over, starts looking around, starts collecting the frozen liqueur.
Thank you.
Starts breaking it down.
He knows his job.
Make a perception check, Reggie.
Mm-hmm. Funnily enough, he has a higher one than Kazric does. Plus 10 is ridiculous.
Along the floor of this back shelf behind the bar, there's a bolt hole, fit for a small creature.
16.
You say a bolt, B-O-L-T.
A bolt hole, like a panic door, like a little
Gotcha.
run away. But I'm a small halfling, so it's tiny. Fit for a small sized creature.
Reggie would probably. Well, we're 16. What does Reggie say? Yeah.
Seeing down the hole, you can see that it goes back a ways into the building before breaking off into a couple different twists and turns.
Okay. And for sake of brevity, Reggie would be relaying this to Kazwick, who was whispering it to Zito.
Yeah.
He won't go farther in, especially because it seems like the basement is still the way to go. But keep that in mind as he will try to get back.
Good to know. Zito's going to continue walking towards the basement, but now with a bit more like purpose in the stride. Like shield is actually up, rapier is ready to go.
And Ossifer will come up the flank, watch the 6. You guys sweep through the 3 doors in that hallway, just whether it's sending Ossifer in or just kind of looking around. Regal rooms, one's a study, one's a bedroom. The other one is a drawing room of some kind. Like actual, you see an old easel, and you know, long dried paints, a half finished drawing of a horse. It's actually quite good. A shattered cello on the floor. Sika and Robin, you've got one way to go down here.
Yep.
Sneaking along the way, I assume still very stealthed.
Absolutely.
Darko on soft paws.
Yep. And Darko also about 15 feet, like, ahead.
Okay.
Soft paws ahead, ready to teleport Bamf back to me if something bad goes happen. So he has that prepared because the teleport hurts whoever's nearby him, and it gets him back to me quickly. So he's ready to do that as soon as he sees an enemy. So he's kind of scouting.
Darko plods into this turn. It's a right turn, heads towards the mansion, heads towards the estate proper. But in that corner, there's a big kind of just like a hole in the ground, kind of dug out, and you can see sacks and sacks and sacks that have all been thrown and piled into this little pit, tucked away. The emblem of Housefold and the emblem of the Mage Breakers packed into this little hole.
Can I magic eyes to see if there's anything of importance down there in the bags?
Activating your magic eyes.
My magic eyes.
The hues of the weaves influence affecting your vision. There's something at the bottom. And sifting through these bags, question mark? Are we taking a gander?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick gander while Darko's keeping watch.
Sika has to like hold your feet as you kind of dangle head first down this hole, and you at first you easily find that first layer, and it's a bunch of these dried leaves kind of all bundled together. But as you dig deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, the bottom bag still has some of these leaves with some life in them.
Okay.
Smells of sweet onion.
Okay. Sweet onion leaves. All right, I'll take a couple of those.
We
I'll take the ones
whole
that are
bag.
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
And
Anything that still has power.
And I stuff it in my bag of holding. All of them. All the leaves.
And the party
Claw
continues.
game over. We continue.
Darko keeps padding along forward, eventually finding a barred, like, I would call it a door, but it's too small, and kind of high up off the floor, but a door nonetheless. It is barred from this side.
So, like, stopping others from getting into this area?
I will check it for traps.
Check for traps.
Helping. How much speed on it?
That is a 24.
A 24. Looks like from this side you're able to determine that there's a fuse, and that fuse looks old and decrepit now, but it goes into the floor.
Ooh.
Someone has drilled a hole into the rock that this fuse feeds into.
Okay. I'm gonna take out good old Rusty, and and I'm gonna bring him over to like where I see like a little break in the cord and where it's like getting old and everything. And I would feel like, okay, I have to do this really carefully. I don't want you to eat this yet. I want you to take this, and I'm gonna hand him a little piece of like scrap metal that I have, and I want you to heat it up and seal off these two so that it stays a current and I can move the cord. Got it, bud? Okay. There he goes. I don't know if he understood me. I'll have casted speak with animals.
Okay.
Unknowingly to be like, I really wish that he understood me.
Is a monster, but you try your best.
Dang it. Okay.
You managed to disable this trap.
Sweet. Good job, Rusty. You know, put it back on. So you are getting very heavy. Oh. She's gonna eventually become like Ash Ketchum, who's carrying around all of the heavy Pokemon with like one arm.
like a crustacea. It just kind of like clamps onto your shoulder, like into this kind of U formation with the shell sticking out over the shoulder.
It looks like I have a backpack. I really just have a big shell on my back.
Are you opening the door?
With the fuse gone, I'll look at Sika for a quick like, ready?
Is there no more traps? I didn't see it.
No more traps that I can see.
Okay.
But I don't know what's on the other side, so I'm gonna pull out my knife of returning.
I'm just gonna be ready to breast myself.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's just try and woo.
Okay. She's gonna open the door. Peek.
Okay. You guys open the door and you can see it's about a 5-foot drop down, with little holes to climb up if needed, into this wine cellar, and it is below freezing in here.
Stick close to Darko. He should keep us kind of warm.
They can kind of look to see if there's any intact bottles of wine.
You see many barrels on walls.
Any magical wine.
And on the
Magic eyes still going.
and on the far side, you can see a wine shelf of those kind of X grid with the bottles kind of stashed within. All of it seems frozen. Some of the casks have long since exploded. Some of the more full casks have long since exploded. And there's a moment where you jump at the movement, but it's a shadow of Zito and Kazert coming down the stairs on the other side of the wine cellar as you guys step into this room with Ostifer behind, looking up the stairs.
Okay.
Sweet.
How dark is it in here?
It's pretty dark. It's pretty
Darko does give off light.
That's true.
Just so
And we
you know.
have
He
Sika's
is-
starry wisps. So,
Okay.
correction, it's not very dark at all.
And if you guys want to check to see if there's anything hidden, you have advantage on it.
Very
Nice.
shadowy. The shadows flicker in strange directions as you guys get down here. You guys see each other and do the Spider-Man point.
Were you the guys saying please and apples?
No. And you didn't break the glass, did you?
Did you?
You guys heard that
wasn't
too,
crazy.
Zito would put a finger to his lips.
Starting to prep a bomb.
Apple.
right?
I
Robin
didn't
can't
say it
help
this
but
time.
Robin can't help but let out a giggle.
Let me hear it.
Just- oh, I hate that.
Can I make a perception check to see where it's coming from in this room?
It seems to bounce around the room. It's pointedly all around you. Robin, with your magic eyes, you can see a faint glow from one of the bottles
Yes.
on the rack.
I'm gonna go check it for traps. I'm gonna take it.
You scamper down and kind of move across the room and go up to one of the bottles. It is a flask, and it is iron.
Okay. Is there anything around that is flask shaped and weighted?
Everything else is glass bottles. The occasional stone jug that you might be able
Is
to
there
make use
is
of.
there just like a rectangular stone on the ground?
Yeah, you can pull out a knife and like pry up some rubble.
Yeah.
Has
I
the
ha-
iron flask not already come up in this campaign?
Not with this party. But
It didn't come up with the
but
wild hunt
Zito-
or anything?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay.
But the original Mage Breakers used these to keep tabs on the
the-
wish spell.
Is the lid still on it?
Is the lid still on it?
Mhm.
Okay. Robin is gonna like etch out a thing of rubble and rock and like get it in a similar shape,
Don't.
but she's gonna
Fuck it.
pushes it.
Oh, goes for it.
Touch.
Goes for it. Roll sleight of hand, Zito. You are on high alert at this moment. You know about this thing.
God. Oh, I have inspiration. Because that was a 1.
You start moving. You start moving and grooving. Robin does do the
18
switch
on the
though.
die.
I'm
What
gonna
is
use my
sleight of hand?
inspiration.
Okay.
Okay,
Plus one, so
dirty
19.
19
20.
what? What are you doing?
I thought it was sleight of hand. You said sleight of
No,
hand.
I was talking to Robin.
Oh, it made it seem
Oh.
like you were like he was stopping her from doing the thing.
My
the way you
apologies.
sequenced
You
that.
can
Yeah.
bolt across the room to go do it, but she's declared that she's doing it.
Yeah. No, I mean, if anything, I would get like 1 step in this amount of time. So
Yeah, you go, don't fucking, and then you see the swap and you start moving.
Yeah. I
Robin.
heard don't and I went bet. 24.
24. You quickly swap. You heard a brief click and then second click once you put the cobblestone there, and you think you're good for a second there, but then you have to make a con save.
Oh no! I
as
want
soon as she
some
touches it, Zeta would
genie.
freeze.
Is this a trap? Because I have advantage made to avoid or resist traps on
You're gonna
my
need
saving
that
throws.
advantage. Thank you, Sam.
Okay. Okay. Well, 12. Now it's my turn to get chased by the bunny.
You're banished.
Oh no.
You
This
briefly,
is my realm.
I know. So you'll come back.
As far as I know. Poof.
Oh, it's a wisdom save. I'm so sorry. Make a wisdom save. Did I say con save?
You said
I meant
con.
wisdom. I meant
Said
wisdom.
con.
Oh, I'm slightly better at those.
The DC.
I hope
is,
you are.
The DC. is
23.
20.
23.
You lucky, Taylor. You lucky.
Banishment's not a wisdom save. That's a charisma save.
What?
Banishment's a charisma saving throw.
Is
It's
I'll do it
actually
again.
happening.
it the spell or is it the magic item?
It is the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a.
Banishment's
I'm
a
so
charisma
sorry,
saving throw.
Taylor. Roll me a charisma save.
Charisma! Oh,
One more
here's
time.
hoping.
One more time.
I kid you not. Nat 20 for a 22.
I believe
And a
it.
12. I
I
rolled it on D&D Beyond, so you can check that.
There's a brief tugging sensation on the all of you.
On the all of me.
Yeah, there's just a brief like vertigo feeling, and then it passes. In your hand is this cold iron flask.
Ooh.
It is bright to your arcane eyes.
I
Robin.
go. Put it in my pocket. And
Robin.
I'm
What is
gonna like
it?
dig around in my pocket and I'm just gonna pull up a what it's I don't know, but it's shiny and it's very, very cold. I figured we'll look at it later, unless you guys want me to open
Robin.
it right now. Shh.
Give.
Don't
me.
tell the creepy voices my name.
Oh, she got you there. Just because you give your names away doesn't mean to give others.
So unprofessional.
Robin, can I actually you can hold on to it. Can I just touch it for a quick sec? I'm just
Yeah.
Okay, identify.
You cast
She's kind of like
identify on
cold
the-
potatoing it.
Identify
Let's go.
takes a full minute.
Oh, it's true. So you start long
time.
poking.
Mine's the bard ritualistic one. I thought is that right?
Rituals.
If it's a
take
ritual, it
casting
takes
time.
10
Rituals are
minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Ben's dead on. You begin casting identify. Begin casting identify.
You don't need that spell.
Oh,
You
I
need
know
to check
what
your
that
surroundings.
is.
I
Okay.
know what that is.
Tell me later.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
hold on.
no.
Over the table right now, you are definitely giving me Midnight Entity Doctor Who vibes right now, and I don't like this.
I haven't seen
Please,
that.
Kazric, pull out some sort of herb to burn or something. Let's exorcise this place.
I
Okay,
am
do you
not
have
a
an
holy
exorcism bomb? Like,
person.
Oh, actually, though, I do want to cast Identify.
Okay. Pulls out a holy water spray bottle.
Because when I do this, I learn which spell created this.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
If it's the spell that created it.
The time begins passing as you
Yeah.
cast identify.
Zito's gonna, as soon as that voice pops up, Zito's turning on his magma cloak.
Okay.
And
Uh-oh.
Kazric would hop down, knowing that that's coming, because he is not resistant to fire.
They're resistant to fire.
Well, also not resistant to fire. And last time, fire got way too close to him in giant proximity. Things
true.
blew up. So
It happens a little bit around here, actually.
yeah. But I will say that because Kazric's doesn't know anything about the flask and all that kind of happened fast as well. So just know, but like each time this thing is spoke, Kazric and Reggie are comparing mental notes about where it could be. That's how Reggie's helping me with any perceptions to figure out where this is coming from. Because no, and then it gave an actual response, not an echo. Problem. Bomb.
Bomb is up, eagerly looking for a target as magma rolls off the off the magma cloak from Zito. The magma begins melting the various frozen liquor patches quite quickly.
It starts what?
Melting the various frozen,
Like mine and stuff.
liquor that has
Like puddles.
puddles now. Heat begins to combat this room.
Robin's just gonna quietly be like, "Hi, whoever's here. We're the new residents and owners of this estate. We don't want to do anything, to upset you, and we want to coexist here in this location. If you're like a ghost of the past, if there's anything that we can do, can you let us know?"
Zito is staring daggers at you.
Ignore the big one. He's kind of mean, but he means really well.
Mean but mean.
Is
Mean but means.
is Soren here?
Yep.
I'm gonna look at Soren and then just my head towards Robin in like a get her the fuck out of here.
I'm just trying to make friends with ghosts.
The warlock looks back at you. And says, "This is kind of how I got started, so." She's a big girl. She can handle situations.
Thanks for the
You
makeup.
scared of ghosts?
Let me throw a bomb.
Let me throw a bomb. It was their place first.
Did I get anything from the identify?
I'll say at this point the 10 minutes have passed.
Okay.
Just 10 scary
We've just been
minutes.
down here standing for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
heating
roughly.
up wine.
Oh no, Zito's not standing here for 10 minutes.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm gonna slowly be like, we all need to get out of this room.
Can't stuck here
Start
with Robin
moving towards
touching
the
potion.
middle, the front of the house.
Ossifer goes, "That's wise." He's gonna turn.
Sika, can you cast Identify while walking very slowly? Just do like a shimmy shake up the stairs.
How about this? And so Sika will just levitate so you guys can push him while he's holding it.
That works. She will take. She will follow Zeta back up the stairs.
Zito's going last.
She will go
And
up the
walking
stairs.
backwards.
Face right now.
You actually see, Kazric typically goes behind you when he's scared. You actually see Kazric being behind you so he can be last because he doesn't like ghosts. If this is a ghost, he is. You see that bomb has not gone down. He is ready to eradicate.
Eradicate.
A cork pops in the bar upstairs. Thum,
Oh,
thum.
Is it drinking time now?
But the party does relocate back up to the top floor and get by the front stairs. And I want to say yes, but I'm gonna say no, Sika. That you'll have to stay put to do your ritual. But
Okay.
now that you're up here, and the 10 minutes have passed, this is an iron flask. This is a magic weapon that works like a Pokeball. And Zito, you have a moment of please don't let history repeat itself as you watch Sika get this arcane knowledge of what this magic item
How
is
it
capable of.
created?
It was created by the Mage Breakers in something called the Arcane Forge, Offseas.
So I can't really create a new one.
Not likely. This
Okay.
functions as a kind of Pokeball. If creature fails their Wisdom save, they get genie style going into the Iron Flask. If you were to then release the stopper, the creature is resummoned and is your ally for 1 hour.
Ooh.
Only 1 hour, right?
And then they
Okay.
are no longer charmed.
No, just because I haven't had many interactions with these, but I do know. Is the following just basic charm things? Like, say, if we were allies, is there a way to convince it while it's charmed to remain an ally?
Its mind might change once it's no longer under the influence.
But we can ask it to go back into the Iron Flask within that 1 hour.
History's
it's our
gonna
ally.
repeat itself. Zito,
So as
you're
long
having
as we
flashbacks.
don't use it for a whole
Zito's having
hour.
flashbacks.
So, okay, so is Robin right there? Like, I can open it, it comes out, so I can ask it to go back in, and it's there. Does identify give me that knowledge? That's what I just don't know.
No.
Okay.
Is
And
Soren
after-
not also like, hey, that's an iron flask, and we should be
Soren is not really focusing on Sika. I would say that he's now kind of picking up that you are that you are just like million mile stare, and he's just now kind of looking and no longer watching the perimeter and stuff like that. He turns and sees what Sika has there and goes, "What you got there, Sika?"
So it's an iron flask that seems to be able to capture beings inside of
Don't
it.
open it. Do not, under any circumstances.
Wait, hey, I'm
I-
the one that found that. Wait, hold
Don't.
on.
Yeah, I'm not saying we should get rid of it.
Okay.
I'm saying there might be something or someone in it.
But if we're the ones that
Or-
opens it, then it's our ally. Right?
This is
For a
not
time.
territory that I would like any of us to tread into.
It also should not be known that we have this thing. We
Why?
probably shouldn't, if I'm being honest.
What if there's something trapped in there that should be set free
What
and shouldn't be
if
trapped in there?
that thing was already released in this house?
If I had to guess,
Is the cap still on it?
the cap is still on it. If I had to
It
guess,
doesn't look like it.
I'd say someone died bad here, and that's the remnants of what we're looking at within the house. I think there might be a bunch of angry hobbit ghosts. And he kind of
Okay,
takes a shaky breath.
so Robin, I don't think we should open it because if Soren says no, we should listen to Soren.
I agree with that, but I also think if it's something that is living, then we should not put it into the bag of holding.
I'm gonna tell him. Says Zito.
What?
I just want to note that
Maybe we
Oh,
tell
hang on.
them.
it's very simple. This is simply stated, but I just want to know he doesn't know context. No one's saying context. He feels like he's getting an undead vibe from somewhere, even if that's not true. And the lack of what seems to be care until now of what it could be. You all have seen him make a paralytic bomb. You
Okay.
saw him making one right now.
Okay.
Okay.
And the way he's looking at everyone, it's not for the creature. he was ready to paralyze someone if they were going to try to open it.
You hold your action.
It'll say
But
back to,
once this part of the conversation starts, though, you see that he starts to dismantle that.
Gotcha.
It was getting a little not.
It was getting dicey.
It was getting dicey.
Getting dicey with the
Okay.
undead there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no-go for Kazric.
You know what? That's one thing with Catholic. You don't play with death. And it was getting too playful.
Zito will say to Soren back to him, maybe we tell them after one of us has the flask.
Why do you guys get to carry it?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Why are you
responsible.
any better to carry this flask?
Because we're
Sika
responsible.
identified it. I
Because
found
we
it and got
spent
it.
3 years more for Soren.
It actually is
Soren's
baffling.
now
though,
also
to
doing
say.
the far off look.
It's absolutely baffling though to say that you told us what's in here and that you can't trust us to not open it.
We don't know what's in there. I think.
Oh,
the
well, so I
ghosts
mean,
are
you told us that
unrelated
there's
to the
a
flask.
yeah, you told us that there's a chance that there's something not to open
It
things in here.
sounds like you guys know what's in there. Oh, we should tell them. We'll tell them after we have it. That means you probably know what you have.
We don't know what's in there because this.
Insight check.
Okay. At advantage because it's your brother.
22.
22. He doesn't know what's in there,
Damn it.
but he's got reasons for why it's not what he thinks should be in there. As he kind of stumbles that explanation out, he goes, he looks to Zito. They were all accounted for, and
Oh.
this is one that that we never found. Just casually in a basement that you could walk into with a shittily locked gate, and you see him get kind of mad for the first time. Soren is going to go over
To
and
be
just
fair, 2 shittily locked gates.
Now,
he's just kind of like, oh god, the incompetence.
Oh,
The
no.
incompetence of Marin.
He like reaches up, pats his
so
head.
Soren, Robin had a wonderful point. Because we are going to assume something's inside here.
Something's
That
inside
will be
here.
Yeah.
not now,
confirmed.
cuddly spirit person. And
Hey,
so
hey,
when they're
Be nice. We want to live together in kindness and friendship.
for
Kazric
safekeeping
starts rearming the
purposes,
bomb.
for safekeeping purposes,
Uh-huh.
I would like to put this into my bag of holding, safe place. But would that cause issues?
No, I think that would be a very good idea, actually, if we tucked that away
Okay.
into an interdimensional space where it can't be easily sifted in or flown over to get to. This is ridiculous.
You don't think it would get destroyed in interdimensional space inside of an interdimensional space?
Not if the cork stays on.
Okay. Well, Robin, if you trust me to put it inside a bag of holding, I'll happily make sure it's in a safe spot inside. And if you ever want it, because you
I'm
found it,
gonna
I'll pay for it.
insight check my brother again.
Okay.
To make sure that it's really not gonna explode if we put it in there.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Your brother has profoundly your best interests in mind at any given time.
Which could mean destroying the thing.
But not at the sake of having a party member have a small black
Okay.
hole ripped open next to their hip.
Okay. Okay.
I'd be an adventure for Sika. He would love that. I
I
am the whole.
talk about the end of your last character who just flew off into hell.
Yeah.
We should do a
act-
solo session sometime where it's just you just keep going places.
Sure.
That'd be fun.
Can I ask really quickly? I don't know if it's been asked yet, and I guess technically Sika would identify would know. While there's a banishment involved, that still isn't completely known to everybody. Are there genuine? I mean, that's ghost like ethereal vibes. If that's what we're saying, but is there any like undead energy vibes, things, signs?
I would say all leading to specter or ghost.
Not necessarily undeath. Or
But don't
not
they
necessarily
count?
Not
necromantic.
necessarily necromantic or
Just natural.
fleshy. There's not like a rot stink, you know.
Yeah.
But likely, Soren believes rather that Soren believes that it's likely the way that the people of this estate died bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
An imprinting of their
Household.
spectral. Yeah.
Spirit, yeah.
I'm correct in this with spirits are technically undead.
Ghosts are undead. Spirits are not necessarily undead. Spirits can be celestial, primordial. There can be there can be a bunch of ambiguity behind a spirit. A ghost is like a revenant.
Specters as well on that sense.
Spectre, ghost, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. A spirit is not necessarily an undead.
I will happily put it in safekeeping if that is what is the wish.
Okay, we're gonna grab a second break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, we're back. We're back in it. The two veterans I say veterans, the two members of the Mage Breakers, this militant wizard, arcane, secret police turned A-team turned Marines turned Spellblades are both of their timbers are shivered. It's a startling image because one, Soren generally knows what's going on and is somewhat unflappable. Zito has never been flapped. And both of them are staring at this iron flask with trepidation as Sika offers to put it in the bag of holding and tuck it away. Still the presence of the echoings of ghosts. Now we know they're not necessarily attached. Soren keeps going back to look at the gate and look how easily that this magic item was just tucked away on the shelf, hiding in plain sight, and he's stuck on that. He's doing backflips in his head right now, just kind of looking around, just very alarmed.
Robin will kind of like whisper to him over in that area, looking at it with him, and be like, I definitely heard some sort of click and click back when I moved and replaced it, so I don't think it was just those gates. I felt really, really sick for a minute.
Okay.
So don't remove that rubble or anything. I think there was something more on it. I just couldn't see it.
Interesting. So I don't think we have to worry about the place blowing up on us. I think we have to worry about high level magic.
Puts bomb back.
You're a mage breaker. How do we rid a location of high power magic?
Anti-magic fields.
In my
Attrition from a
experience.
distance. Send in a barbarian.
You
Okay,
kill
well-
the thing that's making the magic happen.
The thing making the magic happen was a switch.
Has there been any situations in the past of your experiences where the thing making the magic happens was befriended?
Was it a thing
No.
making the magics or a person making the magics?
Our orders were never much friendly.
My
I see.
orders were specifically never friendly.
Sometimes
my
it was
thought-
convince them we're friendly.
What Robin made a solid point is befriending something, and the reason behind my thoughts on this was if we do, perhaps that gives us a security system of our house.
Looks to Kazric.
And just to understand, if thing is closed, it means thing is inside, or does it mean thing was let out and then someone else closed it to make one think it's still inside. Because things are being affected outside right now. So are those just the ghost or is something else here? If
Which way
something is
was
still
it?
inside. It's what Kazakh is trying to figure out.
Which way was it put into the hole? Was the cork facing outwards or inwards?
Cork was facing outwards.
Oh, okay.
Mundane.
I guess they
looking
could
cork.
have. I guess they could have taken the cork out and put it back in without triggering whatever that switch was. I mean, there's one way to find out.
And also,
Not here.
I haven't asked the
in
question
a desolate
yet.
place. We don't know how big it could be. We don't know what kind of plane it wishes to exist on.
There's
Sorry,
fields
Kazric.
out there.
No worries. Kazric hates to admit it, but has grown up around spirits and ghosts and things being around because of what his mother does. The stuff that's happening in this house, does it feel like a ghost is causing that, or does it feel like something else is causing that?
Feels like ghosts.
Okay, so okay, then that's not the worst thing in the world. You just gotta appease the ghost. Okay, great.
How do we appease the ghost?
I mean, honestly, my mother was kind of like this, commandy, and that's not really. I don't care about that, but sometimes they just want to exist because
I think we
If
send
you
the
just-
sweetheart and the bard, but stay nearby in case it gets violent.
sure, yeah, they're angry and because they were misplaced. So
Looks to Zito. If it gets violent, we'll kill him.
Just say the word.
So we feel that
Yeah,
the
feel the
spirits are just upset that they have no place to be.
They have a place to be, and they were brutally murdered in it. They're very upset that they were brutally murdered.
murder. I'll say to start at the very least, being the herb man, he has sage. He uses it for different reasons, but he does have a full herbalist and alchemical supplies for nature and all that. He does know in how he doesn't have sage, so he's gonna
Yeah.
pull out some sage at the very least,
Okay.
and start to just
We're-
light it. Reggie coughs on it to burn it. Get it going.
And we're up at the top now. We're not back down where the ghosties were.
Nope. Yeah, you're up at the top.
You're
You're
back
on the outside door. To the you
Okay.
can see the gate and
Okay.
the front door.
But ghost activity has happened up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so it's not
The
like
doors
we're
did
out.
open.
And the thing
Doors did open.
broke upstairs. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm more than happy to try and talk to the ghosties.
Do we go to? He gestures to one of the blood splattered silhouettes, and maybe use that as a point of reference.
Maybe. Robin
Okay.
will start moving her way over there with a couple of look backs to make sure that she's not going alone.
Osberg looks at Zeta and goes, "I'm gonna get on the roof. I'm gonna get on the roof."
Go then.
With surprising alacrity.
Good.
Thank God. It was almost a 5. It was surprising
No.
alacrity. Clambers up, pulls out like a hook on a rope, and quickly, with feet on a pillar, gets up on the roof.
Wow.
Kind of Spider-Man's down and crawls over the side of the roof out of sight.
Okay, so Robin and Sick are going over to the bus matter, and everyone's like in preparation if things get violent.
Yeah, Zito says, I'm going to stand outside and do some deep breathing exercises.
Just turn the lava off.
Right.
These are our floors. We gotta take care of these floors now.
Deactivates the magma cloak.
Okay.
Darko goes,
Bye. He was like chasing a little like beam of light
Rolling
that was
around in the
rolling
lava
off of
drips.
it.
Yeah.
I would like to do
Nice.
a check to see where the most blood splattered silhouettes are,
Mostly by
and
the
go.
front door.
And there's like a lot of them there.
Yeah, those were the crowd kind of was forced to slow down at the bottleneck, and that's when they start getting grabbed, put up against the wall, gutted.
Okay. So Seka will gesture for Robin to join him, but he's gonna walk over there and sit nearby them on the ground and be prepared to try and communicate.
I would have
Robin?
given if they're the appease ghost crew, I would have given them the sage.
The sage is going to lower the DC that needs rolled, but we are going to roll a Arcana or a Religion. Do with that what you may. Whether it's the both of you roll or one gives the other advantage. I'm gonna put the DC
bad at
at
Arcana.
I'm
And
good
bad
at
religion.
Arcana.
I'm gonna
So I will help Sika.
Okay. I also can do bardic inspirations to give myself religion advantage.
You psych
Nice.
yourself up.
Yes.
Robin is ready for like the final blow speech if she needs to give it, of like sort of thing. So she's prepped for if something kind of goes bad to do a last like wait.
Standing by for emphasis.
Yep.
Okay. So
The DC
yeah.
was going to be 18. I'm gonna put it now at 15.
Okay. So
Guidance. Boop.
okay, cool. Did I use a bardic inspiration? Because I'm now really confused. No. Okay, I'm gonna say no. Okay, but I have guidance.
Yeah, so
Am
it's
I
just
doing religion?
another D4 added onto
Sure.
your roll.
Okay. So
While he's rolling, Zito, you have after he burned the sage, he burned some eucalyptus for you and just like put it in your hand and said, "Why you breathe? It's calming."
Well, you breathe.
dirty 20.
Oh, Zito's already outside.
Dirty
Oh, I know.
20.
I was saying wow. I didn't want to
Okay.
interrupt them. Yeah.
Just fully stuffing the eucalyptus right in, just standing outside staring up at the
You sit there and goes, "This is why Task does this." Paint me a word picture.
So Sika will be sitting down, having the sage with them, and be like, "We have entered your home, and we're sorry if we have disturbed you. And from what I can tell," and he gestures to the body marks, it's like, "It seems terrible and unfortunate things have happened to
Terrible
you.
and unfortunate.
And I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you got taken from this world without choice."
A slim hand comes up out of the floor and grabs one of the floorboards, and what looks like a halfling at first, slowly picking itself up, is a very brutalized halfling. The throat hangs out. The intestines are somewhere somewhere under the stairs. They didn't come up with him as he pulls himself out. One side of the head is just crunched in from a hammer or a mace blow. He kind of pulls himself up, kind of sits like this. You can only see the kind of the torso and shoulders as he kind of props itself up, kind of starts staring at you.
It's just staring, not saying anything.
Not right now.
Sika looks to them and gives him a gentle smile. And thank you so much for showing yourself to me when you had no reason to. I take it this is where you live, this is your home?
Yes.
How long did you live here for?
I grew up here.
Oh, it is a beautiful place. The view is amazing.
Why do you offer me forgiveness? Who are you to offer me this for this obeisance?
Forgiveness is a very funny thing to have out there and to give or take. And I was not here or a part of any reason as to why these atrocities have happened. But I can only hope that someone recognizing the terrible thing that you must have gone through and sympathizing with that for you, just so you didn't have to feel like you were alone and know that it didn't deserve that you deserve to die. And I may not be the one who have caused you pain or to cause you to leave the world and to be where you are, but I hope that you just know I'm sorry you didn't get to explore more in a previous form.
Thank you.
Especially,
I'm so cold.
do you know why you're cold?
No. And you can tell that what you have accomplished is working. And you now have a short window of time to ask what you will of this place and garner what information you can as the jaw kind of starts falling off.
This is your home. And with life continuing on beyond these walls, things have granted us a chance to live here. And when we found out that other people are here, such as yourself, and I was hoping that we can get a chance to enjoy living here together. And if it comes to where you stay with us, because that would be, I think, a wonderful thing, to enjoy your home with warmth and love, and you along with it as well, as long as you can, and your friends who are here and anyone else. We can be together and give life back to these walls, the halls, and enjoy everything. And as much as you may not be on the plane with us, it is material bodies. I'm sure we can all still consider this a family place together.
She says it's okay.
Who does,
As long
if I
as
may
the
ask?
lady of the house will have us.
The lady of the house, is that someone who has, with life continuing on beyond these walls, been given the lady of the house, or someone that you register as lady of the house beyond that?
The jaw slowly starts clicking back into place. The head starts slowly uncaving.
Mm-hmm.
As this shattered hand begins to reform and points to Robin. The lady of the house.
Have I been able to see and hear all of this, or Jessica? Okay.
Absolutely.
Robin will look to Sika for like kind of like, can I step in?
Please, by all means.
Robin's gonna like step forward a little bit towards the guy and kind of sit down like crisscross applesauce in order to kind of be more at the same level height. And she's gonna be like, "Hi, I didn't grow up with a home. I didn't grow up with a stable roof and place that I could call my own, and a family that had dinner in a room like this all together. So the last thing I would ever do is take that from somebody. So you're welcome to stay. I'd love to find a way that we can be here together. Be it, I don't know how many traps or things are around this place, and if you'd be willing to help us move in, but I'd love to preserve your memory, preserve this house, and have you be a part of it, only if you want."
A large skeletal hand appears from above and gently takes a hold of this little guy's shoulder. And you hear, she says that you're very polite. And we will see to the traps. And then the skeletal hand lifts this this halfling up into the air, and you watch as he fully forms whole and together once again and then disappears. You hear the party as a whole, Zito, even from outside, bing. As roughly 20
Robin is sitting there
arcane traps are
oh, that was
down.
a triggered trap, that was an arcane trap, oh, that was a detonation. She's like trying to like recite
There's
what
like
traps
4
from the sounds.
disintegrates.
You see Kazric doing the same, actually, growing up with goblin trappers, and little things. You're like, yeah, oh yeah.
There's like a moment I like look at you and I'm like, was that this type of trap or that type of trap? I couldn't tell on that one.
Yeah, it kind of went click instead of clack.
Oh, you're right. It was a click. Got it.
I could have survived.
Just out there with eucalyptus stuffed up his nose. I could have survived.
The large skeletal hand, upon reflection, had the shape of a singular bone that that would be here, but it was many small bones.
Okay.
Human-sized, if you will. All right.
My brain did not process that right. So it was a regular-sized human arm with bones made of human bones?
No, sorry.
Huge
Huge arm giving
made
the
of
shape
normal.
of normal, it looked like a whole arm, but it's actually a bunch of small bones.
So it's really big, made out of normal
Like a
stuff.
swarm that
It
isn't
looks like
taking
a
the shape of an
giant
arm.
Ulna and radius. But if you looked closer at the ulna and radius, you would see that it's made up of a bunch of individual
Square the
ulnas and radius.
penultimate factors.
What words are you guys saying?
I'm just throwing stuff out there.
I was done. Like,
Humerus bone,
The Bethusement of this arm.
and then your forearm is 2 different bones. One of them is your ulna, and one of them is your radius, and then this is the humerus. So what he's describing is an ulna, a radius, and the phalanges,
Not the phalanges.
but built out of a bunch of smaller ulnas, radii, and phalanges.
But the smaller ones are normal human
Phalanges.
size.
Yes.
Got
It's
it. Cool.
yeah.
Um,
Sorry for confusing you
Wait.
further.
Is a halfling
Robin-
spirit? Sorry, go ahead.
oh, Robin's just gonna mumble under her breath. At least they didn't go out alone.
So the spirit is still with us or gone?
Seems like they're staying and then doing all the traps for us.
Yeah, seems
and
like they're still
sharing.
around.
But they're not in front of us right now. They're not in. this
They're
room with
they're
us
encumbered of the
anymore.
house and living. They're living in the house.
They're in the
with us.
walls.
Yes, they're in the walls.
I get to have conversations with dead people.
What is this? The Umbrella Academy?
Yay!
It starts really coming down. It starts raining pretty hard.
I'm gonna set out a couple of like pots and barrels outside to collect some of the fresh water for gardening, irrigation, as well as to maybe study why this water is coming down after it's been years of no water.
Sicka.
Is it Justin Cairn that hasn't rained, or is it?
Justin Cairn.
Doesn't care.
That was the Stormfather's city. Stormfather left.
Yeah.
No more storm.
Sicka is going to go to the rooms and check out the like draperies and the furnitures and stuff and see how they all look and are.
You guys spend some time getting the vibe of the estates. Almost no furniture. Almost no furniture. That which is there is like bolted down. Many small nooks and crannies and all sorts of passages are discovered. Mostly free of anything useful to you guys aside from the space to occupy. Kazak, you do find some strange mushrooms though in the in one of the tunnels. Most of the rare
I'll be writing
things
that down,
that were
thank you.
missed, you guys did find in your initial investigation of the buildings and the estates. The tower has 3 floors, including the ground floor, and you find many defensible nooks and crannies that you can, it's old, so shoot bow and arrow from many little murder holes, if you were. This would be quite the difficult place to get to, but once you were here, it would be pretty easy to take.
Because of
What?
its positioning?
Say again?
Because of its positioning on a
Yeah, because it's on this kind of jagged, narrow mountain.
So you said it's not easy or it is easy?
Not easy to get to, but if you
Great.
were to get here, there's a lot of just open balconies that you can just hop into
Fair. Yeah.
and stuff like
Gotcha.
that.
So the hardest thing would be to get there, but yeah, not impossible.
One of the few buildings built for the aristocracy that was not built to include dragons, though. Which kind of is a boon if you don't have any, because then your people can't bring dragons. There's no parking.
Yeah.
There's no parking for dragons.
Right. I
Almost
remember that now.
intentionally.
So in the house, what Sika would have done is, as he walked around, if there was anything on those lines, he would be mending them to put them back into their state if he was able to, with them being either too broken, too big. But he is looking for the most lowest room.
Roll investigation. Robin, you said you were trying to figure out what was going on with the rain.
Yeah, I'm kind of setting out a couple of pots and barrels and things like that to collect some of the fresh water, and she's also just kind of standing out there, just enjoying it,
Yeah.
Wait, what? Robin's enjoying nature?
The rain.
The rain in the city.
The rain in the city is a beautiful thing.
Still nature.
She's learning they are not entirely different.
28.
28. The lowest point is the stables that are at the base of the mountain, where the stairs start to climb.
Right.
And would you get on that roll?
28.
28. You find, you know how they'll have like a hayloft? That hayloft seems a bit tall, bit more room than need be. And with that high of an investigation roll, you get up there and you start finding a false kind of ceiling. You don't find any knobs or hinges or any locks or anything like that to open it, so you'd have to find it from the other side. But this is another route up into the estates, and there's no give on this end, but you find the seams.
Now, because I can, I'm going to knock it.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. You open the door.
Okay.
And oh god. A lot of bones. a lot of corpses. Mixed in with gravel. Mixed in with all the gravel. Starts just pouring out. Just filling in the few horses that are down there bolt.
Oh, God.
And it's just old bones that have been kind of polished by all this gravel. It's rank, but it's not like rot smell. It's just death, a grave smell, you know. Oh, it's a lot of dead people. Okay. And
He's like, well, hold it in, respectful, dead.
Are you gonna try to stop the flow because it's still going?
I'm gonna try to stop the flow and like not get trapped under the outlets.
You grab a shoulder and like another like torso. Crimp back up there. You get behind. You gotta lift with the legs, and you get the door back locked into place. And you look around and you grab like a femur, and you're like, all right, this isn't suspicious. Small pile of gravel.
Does it ever stop?
Well, you close the door, so yes. But the last thing, Zito. Where are you like putting your feet up, as it were? Are you moving in anywhere? Are you putting the bags down somewhere, as it were? Are you still sniffing around the house? Where are you at in this moment?
I think honestly, before I was outside enjoying the rain.
Okay.
And then after a few minutes, it kind of like dawns on me that there shouldn't be rain.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I would go to find Soren.
Okay. You turn to go. Okay. Yeah. You turn and start walking down the way, and Soren has actually got their sleeves up and they're scrubbing the blood stains off the walls.
Hey.
Yeah.
We never found the Storm Father, right?
I'm not that kind of religious, but I think it's kind of generally acknowledged that he's dead. A bunch of wizards started saying that they had proof. It wasn't the Mage Breakers.
Right. But don't you think it's a little bit peculiar that at the same time we find the last lost iron flask, the rain in this city starts again?
It started before we got here. Can you even bottle a god, a celestial?
There was this creature back in my home plane of existence that used to say, you can do most things only until someone tells you that you can't.
It's a terrible mentality. I'll get you killed every time.
And yet he persists.
Oh. Fair enough. We gotta find out what's in that bottle. We gotta find out what's in that bottle.
And quickly.
Locke pops up from the window that you guys are standing next to and goes, I got a guy unconscious on the roof. Think he was sneaking up on y'all. Thought I just took care of it. Hope that's okay.
Goodness gracious.
Good job, Locke.
Thanks. Nice. I like it here. This is gonna be cool. And that's where we leave off for the night.
I will let you know that Sigurd would have wanted the door to open again to try and clear out the bones.
Excellent.
He wants the bones. He wants to clean up that place very bad. So.
Oh, goodness gracious.
If that's what I could leave it off as for myself.
Excellent. All right, gang, stick around. We're going to be doing a raid. But this has been a really fun episode. I hope everyone had a good time. I will be streaming all over the place in the coming week, solo. Just tune in for that. I've been playing a whole bunch of stuff. But you can find that on the Discord. More information about that if you would like to get into our community. We are as chaotic as we are wholesome, and we've got 3, soon to be 4 weekly stream D&D campaigns here on the show. We've got the summer series coming up, of which 2 of these yahoos are taking up the reins. I'm really excited. I'm very excited. They will be able to hint or tease in that regard when we get to them in just a second. But if you would like to get caught up, especially for some of the summer series being continued series, you can head over to the YouTube. It's called Longshot, and we get the ad revenue. We passed that checkpoint. So anything you can do helps. Hit that subscribe button and all that good stuff. I would like to hear from each of you a title idea for this episode, but we're gonna start tonight with Ben Brainard as I gear up for this raid.
Hi, I'm Ben Brainard. I've been playing Zito Barbaro, the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. What's in the bottle? Today's episode title is Don't Spin the Bottle.
That's a good
or
one.
More fun for me, if you've seen The Wicker Man, there's a line that Nick Cage's character says in it. They're in a desert, and a guy walks up with a duffel bag, and Nick Cage's character goes, huh, what's in the bag, a shark or something? It's not like a funny movie. It's just that line, completely out of context, runs through my head like 5 or 6 times a day. So, what's in the flask? God or something would be a really great title, I think.
It's a good one.
Besides that, I am one of the Yahoos that's taking the reins for one of the summer series. It's back on the island of Laurent. We're talking hit die classes. We're talking life essence, and it's been 20 years since the last time we were on this island, and for some reason, all of the citizens are just like a little bit more on edge lately. I wonder what's going on with that. Go pass it to Shane.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shane Whalley. It's nice to meet you. I hope you have a great day. I played Sika, the College of the Road Bard, who has found a lot of bones and a door. And now he's obsessed with doors, so of course he is going to try and get this door unboned. Wait, sorry, let me make it deboned. Here you go. He's actually very happy that the spirits of the dead are happy to live with us. It's a little bit of a good thing for him to see that the dead can still exist in a happy way. So, so he was very, very, very happy. That's all I can really say about it. Title for the place will be one that I have suggested as House of 100 Halfling Corpses.
House of 1,000.
House of 1,000 Halfling Corpses.
That's the movie, the horror movie House.
I was trying not to like copy the movie enough so there would be no like copyright type shit, and so so I moved it to 1 less 0. But that's that, and yeah. CB. I am not one of the hooligans who do the summer thing.
Hey everybody, my name is Omega Jones, also known as CritBard. CritBard across all social media channels. Where I was Kazakh, who is not going to feel comfortable here until some things are done. We'll find out what those things are next week, or whenever we play next, which is probably next week. Not that he's uncomfortable with death, but still, the circumstances are not fun. Yeah, that's really that. My title idea. It's only because me and shout out to Bill in chat. We were talking about its characters, who characters are in Game of Thrones. We decided to stick as Loras. But
I see Loras. I saw other ones. I like the other ones more.
Oh no,
Thicka is Loras. Sorry.
No, the fact that you guys called me possibly being Varus and Tyrion combined with a little bit of Oberyn, I like.
Yeah, there's an over in that. Either way, because it was in my head, I was thinking of the Reigns of Castamere, but I also do genuinely enjoy the Reigns of Cairn.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's
Ooh.
nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
I was also thinking of the Reigns in Africa, but that's totally not it. So, Taylor.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. Find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm the game master for Heinefall. Check us out at heinefall.com. Robin is absolutely chilling out in the reigns of Cairn, kind of sizing up what's going on in the area, and you just see her doing a lot of this, even though she doesn't know how this is supposed to help, but she thinks it's a thing that she's supposed to do. Measuring stuff and planning things. She's very excited. She's really happy that like he has the ghosts at the house. It kind of feels like it kind of has come with a little family of sorts, and I think they will also be kind of like a security system, but also maybe we'll be able to hint at if somebody bad that they know is bad comes into the house, they'll be able to alert us if our insight is failing us on a bad character that they've known about. So interested for all of that. My title idea is The Haunting of the Halfling House on the Hill, because I just kept thinking of things.
Oh, those are very good. Those are very, very good. I love all of them. We'll have to discuss. But for now, everybody have an excellent rest of your evening. Chat, as we gear up for this raid, sorry, I said chat. Party. Do be thinking over the week of what your rooms might look like and how you might influence the general estates as a whole. And I'm not saying we'll open with that, but like, I want to hear what you guys cook.
Done.
For now, everybody, pile into this rave. We're going to kick it with a Vori, a new friend that I've made recently. Seems like good soup. I hope you all have a phenomenal rest of your evening. I'll see you soon.